Welcome, everybody, to the Bama Insider Watch Along. This is a watch party right here on BamaInsider.com. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. Alabama and Florida about to kick off. The TV is CBS, so this isn't the game stream. We can't stream the game, so don't feel like you have to stick around the entire time. We'll be piping in some stats. I'll have the box score on the screen throughout this entirety of the game. Let me know you're coming from inside the comment box. We have a few things to go over before kickoff. I think they just said kickoff and the game's on CBS. We'll be here in about 10 minutes or so. So I have a couple game notes, and then I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you regarding the games that took place today across college football. I want to hear from you regarding Clemson and Notre Dame. I want to hear from you regarding Ohio State and Northwestern and how you think that will kind of piece together for the college football playoffs. I also want to hear your take on Texas A&M. So you can post your thoughts and comments inside the comment box. I'll pop those on the screen from time to time. I appreciate you guys being here. So yeah, and Sean's right. This is a watch party. Look, the game is on CBS, so we're celebrating the college football season. That's what it is. We're celebrating it. We're enjoying it, and we'll see what happens. I think Alabama. What's up, SB? Appreciate it. You being here, man. Thank you so much. Coming from beautiful Albuquerque, New Mexico. That's great. I think, you look at the Notre Dame game, right? And that game was, the score, I think what we learned was that Notre Dame is a team that we thought they were, and Clemson is a team that we thought they were, right? I think Clemson at the end of the day is going to be that team that Alabama has to get past to win the national championship. I think kind of looking forward, I think the playoffs are simple to put together if Alabama does defeat Florida tonight. I think number one would be Alabama. Number two would be Clemson. Number three will probably be, Ohio State. And I think number four is kind of what we're trying to figure out, right? Notre Dame or Texas A&M. What's your top? What's your final four? Post that inside the comment box. I want to hear from you. Who you think should be that top four team, right? That number four team. Should it be Texas A&M or should it be Notre Dame? I personally think, maybe Alabama should just get a bye in the first round, right? Because I think, we've already seen Alabama and Texas A&M. It didn't go well for Jimbo Fisher and Kellen Mond. I think they've had a good team this season. But what's up, Linda? Appreciate you joining in. Thank you very much for joining us. What's up, Jay? Appreciate it. What's up, Naomi? Thank you so much, Naomi. You're always online. We appreciate you guys all watching. Remember, the game is on CBS, and it is kickoff should be here momentarily. So don't feel like you have to be with me the whole time. I'll put the stats on the screen. I'll step back. I'm watching the game with you. So a couple game notes before we get going. And number one, the biggest one is Jalen Waddle. He's we had some footage that we put on YouTube. I'm sure you saw it. Update on Jalen Waddle. Let me get the banner up. Will Jalen Waddle, is he going to be able to play for the playoffs? I don't know. I think kind of when I put that video up just recently, and that was from our team writer, Tony Sukalis, who's in Atlanta, Georgia, and we'll hear from him during our postgame show. He looked to have a slight limp to me when I rewatched it. What did you guys see the limp as well? I don't know. Do they have to rush it? Because why do they need to rush it for him to come back in the playoffs? If Alabama really needed him during that 1-4 matchup, then I think he could come back. But I think kind of the writing on the wall is that, if Alabama does make the national championship game, which would be on January 11th, that I think we could see Jalen Waddle then. I don't think we'll see him in the playoffs. That's just my take. I'm not a doctor, just kind of, piecing things together. But I think, as I said on that video, what really stood out to me was the fact that he's running on a treadmill. That's big, considering that he just broke his ankle against Tennessee. So here we are. We're still a few minutes away from kickoff. And how the watch along works is it's basically, we kick the ball back and forth, and I post your comments on the screen, and I have the score on the screen throughout the duration of the game, and I'll hear from you. So don't feel like you have to, have this on the entire time. I'm not asking you not to watch the game. Go watch the game. I'll be here. I'm watching the game with you. Also, another game note that I want to mention is kind of a status update on status. I have to write the banners up on the screen as well on Christian Harris and Evan Neal. Get those up for you. So according to Tony Tsoukalos, our team writer who's down in Atlanta, he said that Christian Harris is repping with the first team, which is great because he had that shoulder injury against Arkansas. So Christian Harris will be available tonight, which I think is that's great for the Alabama defense. And then regarding Evan Neal, he was out last week. It was an undisclosed reason why he was out. If you've been following our coverage throughout the season, you kind of know what that means. But he is back with the team, and he's going to be starting at tackle tonight. So that's very good for the offense and the defense. Look, the offense, has been playing lights out. I mean, you look at what they did against LSU a couple weeks ago, scoring 45 points in that first half, and then against Arkansas, scoring 38 when they really didn't even play their best game, in my opinion. Right? It was kind of that Devontae Smith punt return that really started to turn the tide, if you will, and the Crimson Tide just kind of rolled on. I think. What's up, Jay? J Sports Cards. I think my prediction, I don't know. The over-under is set at 72. So that's 7 touchdowns in this game. I think that, I'm probably looking at a score like 56 to maybe 21. I think they'll go past that mark. I mean, this is the world of college football. Now look, I think that there's going to be a lot of points, but I do think that Alabama's pass rush will be the difference in this game. You look at the fact that Alabama had 8 sacks against Arkansas last week, and then the week before they had 5 sacks against LSU. Now, Florida's offensive line is going to be better than LSU and Arkansas, but I think the pass rush, they've figured something out at Alabama, right? Christian Barmore, William Anderson, those guys can get to the quarterback. We've even seen an emergence of Chris Allen. So I think the pass rush will certainly play a key role tonight. And I think if Alabama can get to Trask, I think the secondary will, make the most of their opportunities. I do think that, when I look at this game overall, Kyle Pitts and some of, Kadarius Toney, I mean, these guys are exceptional playmakers for Florida. And Kyle Trask is a very talented quarterback. Now, look, he didn't have the best game against LSU. But overall, kind of like the season wise, he's a great quarterback. So I think that, the pass rush will be the difference in the game. Trying to get a status update on when this actual game will take place. You look at Mac Jones right now, just completely fired up. Game's on CBS, so don't feel you have to watch, the whole time. Go watch the game. I'll have the stats on the screen. I'll put up the graphic and I'll even step away and just kind of enjoy myself. So that's kind of how the watch party works. And usually we have Trey Yanity. We might have Mick Gillespie kind of jump on from time to time, but that's kind of, the watch along, the watch party ideas that we sit here. We have, pretty much a long-standing chat. And then following this chat, we'll have the post-game call-in show where I'll take your calls and you can call in and kind of sound off on what we learned following this game between Alabama and Florida. I think kind of getting back to the whole playoff talk, and I want to inform everybody, please set your reminders. Let me get this up on the screen. Playoff show tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Time. So tomorrow, when you wake up at 11 a.m., there's the playoff show, and that's when we're going to find out teams 1 through 4 in the college football playoffs. So we're going to have a live kind of the playoffs and kind of look at the playoff picture. So definitely stay tuned for that. That'll be tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Time. I'll be on with Mick Gillespie, and we'll break everything down right here from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Mick will be back at his home base in Fairhope, Alabama, and Tony Tsoukalos, our team writer, will be, coming back from Atlanta, Georgia. Obviously, he's at the game tonight. So that's kind of where the BamaInsider.com staff is, along with Andrew Bone, who did a fantastic job on all the recruiting coverage. If you haven't seen our recruiting coverage, go check it out. I've been slowly releasing those videos, and I will do that. Every day you'll probably get a new update, a new video update regarding kind of Alabama's class overall. I'll kind of just package those together. If you saw the wide receiver video that I put together, it'll be stuff like that. Just basically, if you missed any of our recruiting coverage, we're going to repackage it. Thanks for watching right here. Definitely hit the thumbs up, like, and subscribe. And if you're new to our channel, thank you very much. I really appreciate that you guys are being here and, enjoying yourself. So here's, I'll play the footage from Jalen Waddle earlier in case you missed it. But you can watch this full video back at Bama Insider. So let me get this up, and I'm going to pause it as well, the audio. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Kyle Henderson of BamaInsider.com with some footage of Jalen Waddle at the Mercedes Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. Now, this video was sent to us from our team writer, Tony Sukalis, who is in Atlanta. Now, earlier this week, Nick Saban said that Jalen Waddle will not be participating in this weekend's game between Alabama and Florida. However, he did mention that Jalen Waddle is recovering ahead of schedule and that Jalen Waddle is starting to run on the treadmill. As you can see, Jalen Waddle right here walking to Alabama's sideline. Clearly, he's not going to play in this particular game, but I think it's a good sign to see Jalen Waddle walking around, start to get moving. And Nick Saban also said that they haven't ruled out the entire possibility of him making a return should he be ready to go and cleared by the medical doctors, right? So at this point, what we know is that Jalen Waddle is making progress. He's running on a treadmill. And I think this is positive news for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Now, we all know that this offense is very dangerous with or without Jalen Waddle. But I think with Waddle, it certainly provides an incredible additional gear that really makes this offense go. But I want to hear from you inside the comment box. Do you think if Jalen Waddle is cleared, let's say by January 1st, that's the time that the playoffs will open up, either the Sugar Bowl or the Rose Bowl, do you think Jalen Waddle will be ready to go? It's hard to say, right? I mean, here we are just watching him catch passes and throw the football around at the stadium. I personally, I'm optimistic. I think. All right, and that's the opening kickoff, and you can watch that entire video back at Bama Insider. This is the watch party right here on BamaInsider.com, and how the watch party works is actually let me go find myself. How the watch party works is, we'll post the stats on the screen, and we'll bring you the coverage, and we'll talk about key plays with you, and we'll have a good time right here on Bama Insider. So looks like Florida will get the ball first to start this game, and away we go with Alabama and Florida. I'm really excited to see. It's Alabama will be receiving the football. My apologies. And here we go. Let me get this game screen on for you guys. Kind of zoom in a little bit. This will be our score tracker right here. This is courtesy of Yahoo Sports. So let's see what Alabama can do here in the opening drive. 0-0. Here's Mac Jones. See what he can do and lead this offense down the field in this opening drive for Alabama. Again, this is a watch party. All of the game is actually on CBS, and that's a nice run from Najee Harris out to the outside left. And, Najee Harris is on the verge of breaking 2 records. If he scores one more touchdown, he'll be Alabama's all-time scoring leader. And if he goes over 100 yards, I believe, he'll be Alabama's all-time rushing leader. So pretty incredible, the stats that he's put up. He already has 22 touchdowns on the entire year. Alabama facing a 2nd and 8 on my screen. I sometimes I'm a header behind you, but wow, what a catch. Did you see that? Devontae Smith. Previous to this time, Devontae Smith had 9 receptions and 2 touchdowns. Remember, he caught the game winner in the Natty, a couple years ago when he was a freshman. Look at this pass right across the middle. Wow, what a catch. That was unbelievable. My goodness. Jeez. Alabama now at the 50 goes to Najee Harris. Najee Harris, wow, look at that offensive line. Just such a talented offensive line, right? When they're so balanced, and I think it's because of the offensive line. Deontay Brown, 65 on your screen. I mean, he's just such a monster to watch. Even Evan Neal, just incredible. All right, get some stats so I can provide some stat detail for you guys as well. Alabama facing a 2nd and 3 on my screen. I'm on YouTube TV, by the way, so wow, look at Najee. Jeez, my goodness. Jeez, just such a powerful runner. Looks like his shoe came off. That's kind of funny. Najee Harris, right? I mean, look at that. I mean, you get a great block right up in the middle of the field from Jaleel Billingsley and Landon Dickerson. And then Najee kind of just does the rest. He's done a great job this year, just being overly patient. And see what they can do here. Mac Jones looking to pass, dumps it away. Are they going to flag him on this? I don't think so. All right. Alabama will be facing a 2nd and 10. The Florida 29-yard line. This is the opening drive for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Again, the game is on CBS. Oh, Sharon, that's too bad. You can't get the game. Oh, man. Sorry about that, guys. I try YouTube TV. That's what I have. And we found that, I'm not like sponsored by YouTube or anything like that. It's just YouTube has been great because you get access to, CBS, ESPN, whatever. And it's been, I think it's like $65 a month or something like that. That's what we have. So sorry about that. So that's unfortunate. Mac Jones, looks like that pass was a little bit behind Slade Bolden. Now Alabama's facing a 3rd and 10, 12:54 to go on this drive in this quarter. Looks like the defender just got a tipped pass on that. So Alabama's a 3rd and 10. See what Mac Jones can do. You have 2 wide receivers split to the bottom left, and looks like they're going to get Florida for a offsides penalty. So that's going to move Alabama up 5 yards. Alabama on this opening drive with 41 yards. It's weird the stats that I'm watching, they have Mac Jones playing for Florida and Najee Harris. They have like the stats reversed. It's really, really weird. I'll show you guys a screenshot, right? 3, 2, 1, screenshot. All right, let's see. Third, looks like Alabama is faced with a 3rd and 5. Yeah, I appreciate Sharon. I'll be here and I'll put the stats on the screen. Looks like Alabama is going to now get the ball off to Devontae Smith, who's going to be just short of the 1st down. So if you're just joining us, the game is on CBS. Go watch the game there. You don't have to be with me the entire time. It's a long game, so we appreciate it. And I'll keep the stats updated, throughout. So Alabama moves the chains. So they got a 1st down. Alabama now in the red zone on Florida. So far this drive, 7 plays, 50 yards. Alabama's moving it downfield, 12:30 in this particular game. I won't be doing this the whole time. I kind of come back and forth. I usually just do when Alabama gets inside the red zone. Otherwise, you'll basically see a screen like this, and I'll kind of step away. And otherwise, it's like talking for 3 hours by myself. And then I have the post-game show after. So, and then I'll actually put some photos, of the game when I get them from the university. So you guys just chat and kind of, do your thing inside the comment box. I felt that Smitty had got that 1st down, in my opinion. He reached out, and his body wasn't down. I think they're reviewing it. Do you see like his leg? I don't think is down, and he does a great reach. It was incredible. Devontae Smith with 2 receptions for 23 yards in this game. Been targeted 2 times by Mac Jones. The play is under review right now to see if Alabama got a 1st down or not. In my opinion, it was a 1st down. It was a great play. Either way, I would assume that Alabama, 4th and 1, they're inside the red zone. Will they, go for it? Will they kick a field goal? Will Reichard's been fantastic this year, but I think in the opening possession in a game where there's going to be a lot of points, I think you go for it, right? I know it's early in the game, but I don't know what they're going to say right here. Okay, so the call is overturned and going to give Alabama 1st down. So credit Smitty for that fantastic effort to move Alabama to the 25-yard line. Alabama now with the 1st and 10 from let's see where they're going to spot that ball. I don't know if you guys can. I think if I put down this banner, which is a score banner, you guys might be able to see a little bit better. If I can zoom in. Let's see. All right, Mac Jones is going to deliver to Miller Forrestall, another 1st down. Now Alabama looks to be at around the 8-yard line. And you guys are going to like this play coming up. I'm going to hold back, but the screen's already saying, it's a touchdown. So Alabama with a rushing touchdown by Najee Harris. And just like that, he's Alabama's all-time career leader when it comes to touchdowns with now 43 touchdowns. He's going to keep that football, the scoring drive 9 plays, 70 yards, 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Alabama just, saws right down the field. Najee Harris had 4 attempts, 30 yards, 1 touchdown in this game. Mac Jones was 3 of 5, 35 yards. And Alabama really doesn't have a problem at all punching it in on the opening drive. Najee Harris, now with 43 career touchdowns at Alabama, he is a new career record holder all time, surpassing Mark Ingram and Derrick Henry, which is really incredible, right? So, yeah, wow, what a drive! I mean, fantastic drive from the Alabama Crimson Tide. See if I can zoom in a little bit more right here. Can you guys? I mean, this is the best scoreboard that I can give, that I can provide. So hopefully it works. Can you guys give me a thumbs up if you can see the scoreboard? Okay. Um, I'll be kind of back and forth, but Alabama with a very with a great drive, right down the field. And credit to Najee Harris. I mean, Najee Harris has been doing a fantastic job all season long. And as I said, it was a 9-play, 70-yard scoring drive, lasted 2 minutes and 40 seconds. And Alabama is on the board 7-0 over the Florida Gators, 65 yards. I mean, and you look at the balance, like we've talked about, 35 passing yards, 30 yards on the ground. I mean, sawed right down the field and put a touch on the board. That's what you got to do in that opening drive. So be right back right here on the Bama Insider Watch Along. My name is Kyle Henderson of BamaInsider.com. All right, what's up, everybody? Kyle Henderson here, BamaInsider.com. You're watching the Bama Insider Watch Party, watch along. Florida, with their first offensive possession, trying to move the football down the field. Um, Alabama had a quick 2-minute and 40-second drive as they drove down the field and put points on the board. Now you're seeing Alabama's defense, who's been playing, really at the top of their game overall. So let's see what they can do. It looks like Kyle Trask fumbled the football, was able to recover. Now Florida facing a 3rd and 6 on their opening drive. Curious to see what they do with Kyle Pitts in this particular game. I mean, I just think he's such a nightmare if used correctly. And I think that was completed to him. Yeah, there he was across the middle of the field for a big first down. I mean, Trask is certainly has that big arm, and here's Kyle Pitts kind of floating across the middle of the field, working on looks like Brian Branch, the freshman, is working on him. I don't like that matchup just because I mean you kind of look at the experience level and the fact that Kyle Pitts is a bigger body. I would Patrick Surtain is played corner all year, but I would almost like to see him on Pitts just because it seems like a better matchup. Um, Kyle Trask goes for a couple yards and then he's hit. See what the flag is. Score is 7-0. To see at the top of your screen. Yeah, I don't know what the flag was for. Targeting. Wow, they put a targeting call on Christian Harris. Let's see what happens there. It was he put his head down. Let's see what this play looks like. They're doing a replay of that particular play. Yeah, he puts his head down, but he didn't. It was a kind of like a bang bang play, but then he got called for targeting. So weird play. Christian Harris, remember, he's the sophomore linebacker. He's leading Alabama in tackles. Um, and right here, he was questionable coming into this game, and now they're going to see if it is targeting. We'll see what happens with Christian Harris. We'll just kind of wait momentarily. Wow. He had that shoulder injury in that first game against I'm sorry, in the first play against Arkansas. He was kind of banged up all week, and then good to see him back this week because Alabama will certainly need him. I mean, we'll see what happens with that targeting call. Crimson Pride is saying no targeting. So, all right, cool. We appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for the update. Appreciate it. Florida faced with a 3rd and 7 at the 49-yard line. 10 minutes and 23 seconds in this game. Alabama leading 7-0. My name is Kyle Henderson of BamaInsider.com. Alabama rushes 3 and they go over the top, and it is going to be overthrown. That time it was Patrick Surtain and Pitts. Remember, I was just saying I'd like to see that matchup. So Florida's going to have to punt on this opening drive. Sorry, that's going to be actually, whoa. Sorry about that. Hang tight. Hang tight. I was confused over here. It's a big touchdown by Florida. Florida just scores. Florida strikes. It was a 3rd and 7. I thought it was a previous 3rd and 7. So Florida scores on a 51-yard touchdown, and they just go right over the top. They're going to attack Baby Mink, right? Malachi Moore. And this Florida's just on the board. A 51-yard touchdown, 6 plays, 73 yards. Kyle Trask to Kadarius Toney. And just like that, we got a game. 7-7 with 10 minutes and 5 seconds. They take advantage of that freshman with Kadarius Toney, and he was working in that slot position, and he just got beat. Malachi Moore just got beat straight up. Great throw by Trask, and I mean, just like that, Kadarius Toney in the end zone. 6 play, 73 yards, 2 minutes and 9 seconds. Already got 14 points in the opening quarter. They expected 70 in this one. I mean, that's a ton of points. And Florida now on the board, 7-7 here in the first quarter. We'll be right back here on Bama Insider. All right, fam, I'm back. It's going to be Alabama's second possession of the game. Score is currently 7-7 after Florida struck back on a 51-yard touchdown pass. This will be Alabama's second possession. Last possession was a 2-minute, 49 second drive and capped off by Najee Harris touchdown. Saw a lot of balance in the opening drive from the Alabama Crimson Tide. 35 yards of passing and 30 yards of rushing open up this particular drive with a run to Najee Harris, which doesn't go very far. I think it was Billingsley that was returning that kick, which is interesting. Alabama's kind of went with some bigger players returning kicks this year, right? Brian Robinson and Billings. I'm not sure why Billingsley ended up with that ball. 7-7, opening quarter, 9:31 in the first quarter. Games on CBS is just to watch along right here. I'll just have the stats up. Be in from time to time. What a catch. Did you see that? That was unbelievable. My goodness. Yeah, I mean, Devontae Smith has already had 3 plays in this first quarter that have screamed greatness. I'm serious. I mean, this catch is just crazy. I mean, you look at all the wide receivers that have come through Alabama, and this guy's the best one of them, right? Jeez. Oh my goodness. That was ridiculous. What a snag. Smitty already has 3 receptions, 48 yards, 8 minutes. Haven't even, been taken off. Oh, man. Dangerous pass by Mac Jones across the middle, but is connected to Billingsley. Mac Jones in this game, 5 of 7, 74 yards. Remember, a lot's at stake in this game, right? I mean, you have not only the SEC championship, you have the playoff implications, then you have the Heisman Trophy, also on the line. That pass could have been very well intercepted. This current drive, 4 plays, 51 yards, Alabama moving down the field very quickly. 7-7, 8:29 in this first quarter remain. Alabama with a handoff to Najee Harris, and Najee Harris picking up a good amount of yards. Looks like it was a gain of, I would say, 8 or so, right? 9. Looks like on the stats are going to actually say 10. I mean, he was kind of like hoisted up for those final 2 yards. Great blocking. 2nd and 1. That's what they're going to give him. So they give him 9. Najee Harris doing it again. Jeez. Najee Harris just picking up yards. Najee Harris already 8 carries, 56 yards. So he's going to become, if he goes over, I think it's like 120 yards tonight, he's going to be the all-time leading rusher in Alabama history, which is incredible considering you have Derrick Henry who currently holds that record. Right? Surpassing Derrick Henry and surpassing Mark Ingram for the touchdown record. That's a lot. But to be the all-time leading rusher, that's just fabulous. Alabama quickly moving the football down the field. Currently 3rd and 2 on Florida's 22-yard line. Another connection to Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith now with should be, I think it's 4 or 5 receptions already in the first quarter. What is he going to catch? He's going to catch 20 receptions in this game. You got to go for style points, I think, because it's just there's a lot on the line, as I said. 7-play drive, 69 yards, 3 minutes and 23 seconds. Alabama rolling. This is their second possession. Florida went right back, scored a touchdown, and here's Alabama's second opportunity. Mac Jones steps up, and it is intercepted. Wow. Oh, my goodness. And he is absolutely leveled. This is unbelievable. So Mac Jones throws an interception. The Florida defender is running back down the field, and John Metchie lays this incredible hit on the Florida defender. The ball flies out. Alabama recovers. The Florida defender, he's on the ground. He's injured. The hit that John Metchie put on this young man was so ferocious, and the defender for Florida just ripped it off. Oh, my goodness. That is one of the biggest hits, seriously, that I've seen. Just completely annihilated him. That was crazy. Oh my goodness, the guy's still down. I mean, the Florida defender had no idea. He was running with the football after interception, and John Metchie seriously hit him like a Mack truck. It was unbelievable. I've never seen a hit like that from a wide receiver. Never. Stole the ball out of Forrestall's hand, and he's running on the field. It was Dean the third, and then he just got completely crushed. You're going to be seeing this on social media for the rest of your life. Honestly, it was ferocious. The guy's walking off. He doesn't know where he's at. They're taking a commercial break. He's going to the locker room, and Alabama has the football again. Oh man, woo! That was crazy. That was the most ferocious hit I've seen the entire season, and it was by a wide receiver by the name of John Metchie. I haven't seen a hard. I mean, I kind of think back to the time that Kyle Pitts got hit, from the Georgia defender, and that put Kyle Pitts out for a while. That one was dirty, like physically dirty. He got ejected from the game. This one was not. I mean, John Metchie just hit him. I mean, they met at the right time for Metchie. The guy was. I mean, that was unbelievable. Wow. Be right back. My goodness, John Metchie with the hit stick and some. Wow. So that was an interception for Mac Jones. And then Alabama recovers the fumble. So Alabama will have the football again, now at the 31-yard line. I'm serious. You're going to be seeing that GIF for the rest of your life. That was crazy. My goodness. This is the Bama Insider watch party. If you want to see it, go follow us on Twitter. We're going to get it up on Twitter. We can't put the highlights up on here because of copyright infringement. But if you follow us at Bama Insider, you can go check it out. You guys fighting on the comment box in the chat. We need some moderators on here, right? I'm going to be looking for some moderators soon. So raise your hand if you want to be a moderator. You can't like block everybody. You got to, be civil. Got to let people say what they want, but you got to get the trolls out. Man, that was bad. That was like a good night. Tony said it was right, man. That was like, I still can't stop talking about it. John G saw it too. Everybody saw it. Man, that was crazy. That was like, have you guys seen a bigger hit than that this year? I haven't. I was kind of like, I mean, geez, I still can't stop talking. Look at Dean. He doesn't know where he's at. All right, Jersey, I see you. What's up, Gina? Thank you for joining us via Facebook. All right, so Alabama back with the football. 1st and 10. Mac Jones looking. He's going to find a wide open Devontae Smith. That's the exact same spot. It looks like that he caught the game winner. Crazy. Man. So Alabama capitalizes off a hit stick from John Metchie. And then Mac Jones throws a touchdown to Devontae Smith. So it was a 31-yard reception. One play, 31 yards. And Alabama now on top, 14-7. Beautiful throw. John Metchie was all by himself. He was social distancing in Atlanta. Nobody was around him. Mac Jones gets hit at the end, but he throws a touchdown. Mac Jones 7-10 in this first quarter, 109 yards with one touchdown. But Devontae Smith, I'm telling you, 5 receptions already, 83 yards, 1 touchdown. He continues this trend. He's going to catch 20 passes in this game. He's going to win the Heisman Trophy running away. Okay, Alabama up now, 14-7, and Alabama has 165 yards of offense in this game already in the first quarter to Florida 73. Wow. I'll be right back right here on Bama Insider. Man, John Metchie with the hit stick coming right back on Bama Insider. Hey, what's up, Jay? Sports card. I'm not here like the entire. I'm here watching the game, but I don't talk the entire time. It'd be like, think about it from my perspective. I do it. The game's like 3 hours and 30 minutes, and then I do a post game show for like an hour and 30 minutes after the game. So I kind of come in and out, but I put the score up on the screen, in the kind of this drive chart. So that's kind of how it works. The watch party or watch long, whatever you want to call it. So if you guys hit the thumbs up and subscribe, I really appreciate it. Stay tuned for Nick Saban after the game as well. Oh my goodness, jeez, who was that? Was that Patrick Sartain that was beaten like that? And I know, like when you watch this, and I'm talking about the game, some of you guys are ahead of me. I'm ahead of some other people, and then some people can't even watch the game. It's just kind of how the internet is, or if you're watching on cable. If you're at the game, you're seeing it way before us. Then the people on cable are next, and then YouTube TV is next, and then if you're watching the game somewhere else, it's next. So uh, that's kind of how it works. So I watch the game. I talk about it with you guys. I'll be watching it anyways. Might as well stream with my YouTube family, right? Kyle Pitts with the completion right there. Yeah, Artavius, what's up, man? Appreciate it, man. Love that avatar. That's dope. Like that hat too. I'm all about the flat bill. You may see me dressed up, man, but I wear other clothes than a suit and tie. Man, that was I can't stop talking about that hit by John Metchie. Jeez, that was crazy. Kyle Trask, 5 of 9, 91 yards in this game. 1 touchdown thus far. Jeez, man. Trayvon Grimes. I mean, absolutely. Florida's got these, lanky wide receivers, these playmakers that, are all over the field. They're going to be, problems. So Alabama's pass rush, we're kind of looking for these guys to get to Trask, but that was a great job on Florida's offensive line thus far. I mean, I think Trask has only been sacked 8 times. That's what they said at the beginning of the broadcast. This is weird. What is like a wildcat? Wow, that guy's fast. Jeez. Yeah, Florida came out with a wildcat package and just ran right down the field. Yikes. That wildcat package is tough, because you don't prep for that. I mean, now they put Trask in. I like the call by Mullins there. I mean, it's crafty. You gotta be crafty in a game like this. And I like how Florida's playing. I was kind of curious to see what their energy would be like. They're trying to ruin Alabama's perfect season. Trask incompletion. These guys are, I mean, think about it. So far, stats wise, because I mean, look, this is like a Heisman update. You got Mac Jones, 7 of 10, 100 yards with 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Kyle Trask, 5 of 9, 91 yards with a touchdown. Devontae Smith, in my opinion, the current leading candidate to win the Heisman, if we're looking at just those 3, 5 receptions, 83 yards. And I know Trevor Lawrence, they padded his stats today against Notre Dame. Man, Notre Dame was terrible. Jeez, I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen, at the beginning of the season. They beat Clemson with the backup quarterback. Look, that didn't impress me. You got to beat Trevor Lawrence. And someone told me, on our website, Bama Insider, they're like, well, Trevor Lawrence hasn't beaten anybody good. Yeah, I get it. The ACC is soft. But you know who he did beat? He beat Alabama 44-16. Dude, Clemson's good. That's the only team when I look at everything that I'm concerned about. Clemson's good. Florida facing a 3rd and 9. Got 5 wide receivers. They got wide receivers all over the field, completely split up the 52 yards of the field, and looks like it's going to be a fantastic stop. Great play. I think that was Christian Barmore. Barmore's from the rough side of Philly. I love how he plays. I think pound for pound, I think Barmore is. I would say he's their best player on defense, in my opinion. I mean, that's debatable. Florida will set up for a field goal. And the field goal will be good. Scoring drive, 10 plays, 56 yards, 4 minutes and 4 seconds, capped off by Florida. 40-yard field goal. Alabama leads Florida 14-10 with a minute and 57 seconds left before the second quarter. So good job for Florida. They get down the field, but Alabama was able to get them to kick a field goal. So Crimson side up 14-10. We'll be right back right here on Bama Insider. All right, what's good, everyone? Back here on Bama Inside of the Watch Long. Thank you very much for joining me. Appreciate it. Game is on CBS. What's up, Isaiah? I see you. Glad to see you watching the game. You guys don't have to be here the entire time. Just, here providing some context. I got the score tracker up, but there's a lot of people out there, believe it or not, that don't have access to the game, don't have access to CBS. So, or to ESPN or whatever. So we came up with this idea to just, provide another way for everybody to kind of get access to the game. I'm not going to be here the entire time. I'll just kind of, be on and off. What's up, Bombs? Thank you so much, man. Dropping bombs all the time, all the support, man. I really appreciate it, Bombs. I mean, thank you so much for everything that you do for our channel right here on Bama Insider. Alabama currently leading 14-10, as you can see at the top of your screen. My name is Kyle Henderson. If you're new to the channel, don't forget that we have the post-game call-in show. I'll take your calls right after the game right here on Bama Insider. Hey, what's up, Lala? Love you too. Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate it. Incompletion. I appreciate it. Thanks for all the support. Being here for when we first started the channel, didn't really, it's just kind of a place that we uploaded videos. If you really want a good laugh, what's up? And Isaiah, you're new. You'll appreciate this story. If you're new to the channel, you can go, or if you've been a subscriber for a long time, you can go back to our first videos when we uploaded them moved here to Tuscaloosa in 2016, and kind of just watch how the channel has evolved to where we're at now. It's pretty comical. Go and look back at all our old video is funny. Thank you so much, Kimberly. We appreciate it. Thank you so much for, I mean, Kimberly's always in the comment box. We always appreciate hearing from her, and hardcore Crimson Tide football fan. So, this is a great place to, just come and relax and cheer for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Currently 14-10 in the SEC championship, coming to you from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. My team rider is in Atlanta, Tony Sukalis. He's at the game. This has been the first year that I didn't go to the games. It's kind of weird. I miss kind of the action, but, kind of everything considering. I mean, just figure I, post up at home and be rapping with you guys. Najee just on a tear. Stat update for Najee Harris. 11 rushes for 71 yards in this game already. In the first quarter, mind you. Alabama has a ton of yards in the first quarter. It's weird because the stat broadcast, the stats are all messed up. So, like, there's a quarterback sack on Mac Jones. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. So, Alabama 14, Florida 10 in the first quarter. And they got right to Mac Jones on that. All right, so that's the end of the first quarter. Alabama leading by 4 points. Alabama with the football. That was an eventful first quarter. Keep it here. Stay in the comment box, and we'll be right back right here on Bama Insider. All right, what's up, fam? Back Alabama continuing to move the football down the field. Another completion by Mac Jones to start this second quarter. 14-10. Game is on CBS. This is the Bama Insider Watch Party. Watch along. Usually I have my good buddy Trey Yanity, but he's on his holiday break, and maybe we'll have Mick Gillespie join us at some point right here on Bama Insider. But I appreciate just being with you guys. Remember, after the show, we got the Bama Insider Watch, the post game show. Where I'll take your calls and hear from you about the Alabama Crimson Tide. 14-10, Alabama currently trying to put some more points up on the board. I think it's a pivotal drive right here because you put another touchdown on, and wow, oh man, just overthrew John Metchie. That would have been a touchdown. But like I was saying, this is a very important drive because I think you put another touchdown on, you start to pull away a little bit. Looks like that Florida cornerback just kind of slipped, and then Mac Jones overthrew Metchie. That would have been a sure touchdown. Mac Jones in this game, 8 of 12. I think this is the first time that I've seen Mac Jones be a little bit, I don't know, he might be a little bit nervous. Maybe this is the first time that he's kind of shown some nerves a little bit. I don't know. You guys see the same thing? Seems just a little bit off. I mean, nothing wrong at all. It's just, this is a big stage, right? There's a lot on the line. First time I've seen that. It's just my opinion. 8 of 12 for Mac Jones on the game with 124 yards, 1 touchdown. Najee Harris, 12 rushes for 75 yards, which is pretty incredible. He's already carried the football 12 times in this game. Devontae Smith, 5 receptions, 83 yards. And Alabama facing a 3rd and 7 on my screen. Little pitch out there to Najee Harris, and looks like they're going to give him the first down. That's the thing I like about Najee Harris. We've talked about it a bunch of times. It's just the simple fact that, he catches the football so well out of the backfield. And maybe it's, maybe it sounds simple, but not all running backs can do that, believe it or not. That's why I think he's going to, this is a guy you want on your team on Sundays, right? He's very versatile. The thing I like about Najee Harris, too, is durable. So it looks like the play is going to be under review right here. I guess they're going to try to see if Najee Harris, if he did get the first down. His momentum might, I don't know. Maybe he was just shy of the first down. What do you guys think? Great push out there by Smitty. Harris's momentum takes him right there. I don't know. It's going to be tough. I'm sure they'll have a million different angles on it, so they'll figure it out. Under review. They credited Najee Harris with that first down. So we'll see what happens. What's up, Tobias? Good to see you, man. Appreciate it. Hotel California. Thanks for being here. Crimson Pride. Appreciate it. What's up, Carson? I see you. Thank you so much for joining us. QQ. What's up? Mike V-Dog, Kimberly, QQ. All right, so let's see what they do right here. Got the score on the screen right here. I'll be back from time to time, and appreciate you guys joining me right here on the Bama Insider Watch Party, watch along, whatever you want to call it. Call on the field was a first down. Mike is saying that they have to keep it. QQ is saying first down. So let's go with those guys. I think it's going to be a first down. Alabama continue to move the chains. Mac Jones, 9 of 13. 131 yards with 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Devontae Smith, 5 receptions, 83 yards. The stats, I think, I'm looking at it from my computer screen, so I'm not sure if you can see the stats on the far right of your screen. Maybe when I enlarge and go this route, you can, but I just wanted to make sure that you could have, see the stats. I see that you guys can't see the receiving stats, it looks like. So maybe I'll try to adjust that. I think that might work. Maybe that might be a little bit better for you, for the viewing. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Alabama's going to connect with Xavier Williams. Wow. I think that's his first reception of the entire season and picks up the first down. Good to see him. Yeah, QQ saying finally X Williams. Tobias called it and must be ahead of us. But yeah, it was Xavier Williams. So it was Mac Jones, threw it on a little out pattern and Xavier Williams right there. So yeah, we've been waiting on him. It's been a long time. Alabama with another first down. Najee Harris gets to the outside, makes a couple defenders miss. Man, he's running great tonight. I mean, he runs great all the time, but it's not just nice just to see him in this situation, right on a big stage, just doing his thing, and he's so powerful. I mean, he's very patient. You see him following his blockers, gets a block from Jaleel Billingsley to the outside, makes a defender miss. Just such a strong runner. I mean, he's 240 pounds, I think. Man, he brings so much. I mean, this is the thing about Alabama is they're so balanced, right? On both sides of the football. They have 216 yards in this game right now, 142 passing, 74 yards rushing. And that time, Najee got bottled up. So they're going to be facing a third down. Najee Harris with 14 carries, 79 yards in the second quarter. I mean, no one's talking about him, for the Heisman. But I mean, when you talk about top running backs in college football, I mean, you got to mention him, right? And there it is. Alabama with a touchdown, 12 play, 73-yard drive, 5 minutes and 23 seconds, capped off by another Najee Harris touchdown. And this time was Mac Jones. He was kind of looking downfield, found Najee Harris on the dump off. Najee Harris with the spin move and then shook off a defender to get into the end zone. 12 plays, 73 yards, 5 minutes, 23 seconds. And the PAT is good. So Alabama up 21-10 with 11 minutes and 27 seconds on the clock. Mac Jones, 11 of 15, 150 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Najee Harris now with a rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown. Love that spin move right there by Najee. Alabama's so good. Alabama leading 21-10. We'll be right back right here on Bama Insider. Oh, and thank you very much, Tobias. I appreciate it. Sorry I didn't put that on the screen sooner, but thank you so much. We appreciate the super chat, man. You always provide so much support for us right here. So even though you can't see me, I'm behind the scoreboard. I'll be right back. Thanks, guys. Bama up on Florida, 21-10. Be right back. Hey, what's up, Brett? Thank you so much, man. Brent, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for the super chats. We really appreciate all the super chats here on Bama Insider. There's a lot of moving parts. The team does such a great job. So we really appreciate the super chats. Thank you very much, Tobias. And thank you very much, Brent. Really appreciate it, man. I'll be right back. And Dylan was like, Kyle, do you have a girlfriend? Yes, happily married to my beautiful wife of 11 years, believe it or not. Yeah. So, and we've been together for like 15 years. So she's seen me, grow the business from back when I was in New Mexico covering high school sports to now here covering the Alabama Crimson Tide. So yeah, we have 2 beautiful children and live here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I'll be right back. Alabama up 21-10. Taking a quick pause, but I'll be right back. All right, back here on Bama Insider, Kyle Henderson. Thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate the super chats too. Thank you so much. Um, Florida currently facing a 2nd and 10 on my screen. I know some of you guys might be a little ahead of me, or I might be ahead of you. Either way, there's a lot of people watching from different parts. But oh man, Alabama had Jordan Battle had the receiver in the backfield, didn't make the tackle, and Florida is able to pick up a first down. So Crimson Tide miss out on that one, but we'll see what Florida can do. Crimson Tide up 21-10 in the second quarter. Currently, get a time for you in just a second. I think they, this stats that we have like up on the screen, they've been pretty nice to have up there. Game is on CBS, by the way, so don't feel like you have to be here the entire time. I get it. Go watch the game. I'll be here. I'm watching the game too. I'm just watching the game with you. 10:39 and big Chris Allen with sack. You know what? Chris Allen's been playing great. We saw him kind of on that wheel route just a little bit ago, that, has been so difficult for Alabama to defend. He did a great job. You don't really hear about Chris Allen's speed. I don't particularly think he's a fast player, but that time got to the quarterback. He's been playing great. And I said this, kind of in my reports and when we were talking about this game, that I felt that the pass rush would play an instrumental role in doing that. What they did right there is going to, be the difference in my opinion. So I think that's Kyle Trask, his 9th time he's been sacked, which is incredible. I mean, credit to their offensive line. I mean, they've done a great job, just like Alabama's offensive line. You don't get to this point without, an incredible offensive line. That time, Alabama bottles Florida up, so they're going to face a 3rd down. 3rd and 11. I mean, this defense, they really transformed kind of after that Georgia game. We've talked about it. You've heard me talk about it many times right here on our videos. So, yeah, I think Hotel. I mean, it's early in the game, but I think it's kind of weighing to the two Alabama guys, and I think it's weighing to one more right here. Like if you put Devontae, Kyle, and Mac, I think you probably give it to Devontae if the game ended right now. That's just my opinion. I think he's clearly earned that. Florida's going to have to. They're facing a 4th and 8. All right, Tobias, I appreciate it. No, I just, the thing is, I just don't want, I don't want people to feel like, pigeon to they have to be here, like, because I get it. And it's like you're watching the game. It's probably, people might come to this and they're always asking, you stream the game or whatever. And no, we can't stream the game, but if you're here, then I really appreciate it, man. I'll be with you, throughout the entire game. And here goes Devontae Smith on a punt return. 8:27. Alabama up 21-10. Look, Devontae Smith is like, I was this close. If he returns a punt return in this game, like he would have done, he would have won the Heisman Trophy right there. All right. So Alabama up 21-10. Alabama with the football again after a punt. I'll be right back right here on Bama Insider. But first, actually, let me read you some stats in this game. Mac Jones, 11 of 15, 149 yards, 2 touchdowns. Najee Harris, 14 rushes, 79 yards. Devontae Smith, 5 receptions, 83 yards. And that punt return, he was just this close, he said, to breaking it. Kyle Trask, 7 of 12, 105 yards. He was sacked 1 time. And we started to see kind of the lack thereof of Florida's rushing game. I mean, the one time that they went that Wildcat package, I think that was the only time that they had, kind of caught Alabama off guard a little bit. They have 37 yards rushing, and that's not their strength, clearly. Kyle Pitts, he has 2 receptions for 25 yards. Defensively, the biggest hit in the game was actually from Alabama wide receiver John Metchie. But currently leading Alabama in tackles is Daniel Wright, who's a free safety, and then Chris Allen, who also has a quarterback sack. I thought he's played great thus far. I think the secondary has played great thus far. So Alabama up 21-10. You're watching the Bama Insider watch along, watch party right here. I'll be right back here on Bama Insider. Hey, what's up, Doug? Um, oh no, Dougal. Sorry about that. So I kind of come in and kind of pop in and pop out. It's a long broadcast, so I put the score stream on the game, but I'm watching the game with everybody. So I kind of come in from time to time, and I'll post some stats, or I'll just kind of make some observations throughout the game. So that's kind of how this works. It's if this is your first time here, it's just a watch along. After this, I'll have another stream, which will be the post game call-in show, and I'll take your calls and comments, and we'll have fun with it. But yeah, it's wrapped up. Mac Jones has been sacked twice now, and I agree. Raider fans said that's a coverage sack. I would definitely agree with that. Those we'll get a better vantage point right here on the broadcast. Kind of, yeah. It looked like Slade Bolden might have slipped. Um, so we'll see. Overall, I think Mac Jones is having a solid game. And Florida's this is clearly the best team that Alabama's played all year, hands down, right? I mean, this game has a pulse, and Alabama's still up by 11 points. Alabama facing a 2nd and 14. Alabama with three wide receivers down at the bottom of your screen. Once again, it's going to be Brian. Is that Brian Robinson? Yeah, Brian Robinson. You think Brian Robinson will come back in for the 2021 season? I know he's a senior, but anybody can theoretically come back because of the blanket waiver year. Mac Jones going deep downfield, and it's going to be an incompletion. It's actually going to be a penalty, substitution infraction. I saw that. It was a Florida player was running off the field, and Mac Jones snapped it. So that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. It's going to be accepted at the 43-yard line. Yeah, he didn't get off the field. Down here, number 55. Hey, I don't even think that Mac Jones, I don't even think that he saw him. Maybe he did through his peripheral vision. I'm not sure. 55 looks gassed. Jeez. 4 penalties for Florida to Alabama's 1 penalty for 10 yards. This is a 5-play drive. It's lasted, it went 26 yards. Started on a punt that Devontae Smith almost took to the house. 21-10, Alabama. 3 wide receivers down at the bottom of your screen. Got a close tight end at the top right. It's going to be Billingsley. Mac Jones with, looks like Brian Robinson behind him. And B-Rob running like a beast. He's going to pick up the first down. That's the thing. Like Alabama, they're so balanced, and they have these 2 very imposing running backs, right? So they can take the air out of the game, which I think they might be trying to do right now to keep Florida, their offense, off the field. So you look at Brian Robinson, the way that he's been running towards really, the entire season, to be honest. And that was a face mask. Jeez. You had him right there by the grill. Brian Robinson, 3 rushes, 17 yards thus far. Little dump out to Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith's going to pick up some yards. I believe that was 5 yards. Devontae Smith, 6 receptions, 88 yards in this particular game. Mac Jones with 162 yards in this game thus far. Yep. Mac Jones versus Kyle Trask. That's what it came down to. Love it. I love the fact that these guys get to duel it out in the SEC championship, right? Because we talked about them so much, but to finally get to see them go head to head. This is the first time I've ever seen Alabama play Florida since I've covered the Crimson Tide. I mean, since I've been here, those 2 teams just haven't matched up. Mac Jones going deep downfield, and it's going to be broken up. Wow. Great. That was double coverage. But, Devontae Smith with the circus catches, you just never know. You hold your breath when he throws it up there. Yeah, Devontae Smith, it looks like he was bracketed by the inside corner along with the safety over the top. Looks like he got his hands on it. I'm surprised that he almost, it was great coverage. It was almost intercepted, actually. Jeez. Yeah, Mac Jones going deep. That would have been a Heisman moment right there. I'm like looking for Heisman moments. I think we all are, right? Like, oh, is that a Heisman moment? All right. Alabama with, 5 wide receivers. 3rd and 5. And is that going to be a timeout? I think that's going to be a timeout. Nick Saban didn't like something, or Steve Sarkisian. 21-10. What do you guys think about the games thus far? This is a big they're down. Yeah. What's up, Clifford? I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. What's up, Roe? Saying Miller Forstall was wide open. Um, and they need to put some points on the board right here, right? Clifford's like need some of that Jalen Waddle. Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, he just like with everything that Devonte Smith adds to this team, you also need like that extra element. And I get it. Look, John Metchie is going to be that guy. I mean, we saw him crush the dude. He should probably be playing cornerback, but it's just that Jalen Waddle adds an extra pop. Slade Bolden, they can go to him, and yeah, he's capable, but he's not Jalen Waddle, and that's no disrespect to Slade Bolden, right? I think Slade Bolden, he's gonna catch passes when the ball comes to him. He's still trying to work, I think, for people to really believe in him, but I mean, nobody's Jalen Waddle, right? This is a first round guy. What's up, Gina? Roll Tide, baby. Yep, got you. Someone said something about, yeah, Corey said something about the no face mask call. I agree. He was clearly had his hands on his face mask, like underneath his grill, right? That was on Brian Robinson's run. Dairdie, what's up? I completely agree with you. I mean, Billingsley, I've been talking about him for a long time. I just like the fact that he's a hybrid. He's kind of like, if used correctly, and if they can put some more weight on him and still, if he's able to keep that speed, he could be Alabama's like Kyle Pitts or Eric Gilbert. I know a lot of people want Gilbert to come to Alabama, but Billingsley, he's that guy. Was he like 6'6"? And I think he's like a guy that we all maybe felt that. Remember Terrell Shavers? He was here, 6'6" wide receiver. He just never got on the field. But he wasn't a tight end. I think he was like 190 pounds, whereas Billingsley's like 225 or 230. So if Billingsley can get to like 245, I don't know, could he get to 250 and still keep that speed? I don't know, maybe. If he gets to that size and keeps the speed, he's going to play on Sundays for sure. Billingsley is an incredible talent. He's only a sophomore. Yeah, Lala's like, anyone remember Dante Hightower? Yeah, Dante Hightower got paid. 21-10, Alabama with a 3rd and 5. Watching the Bama Insider Watch Along game is on CBS. My name is Kyle Henderson of BamaInsider.com. Thank you very much for joining me. Remember to join our post-game call-in show right after the game. We'll talk about the game, break it down, what we learned, and we'll also have Nick Saban's press conference right after the game right here on Bama Insider. Oh, Devonte Smith with the reception. That's going to be a first down, right? Devonte Smith with 7 receptions for 92 yards in this game. 4th and 1. What is this going to be? Alabama was like kind of jumbled up. And Florida's going to take a timeout. Okay, I'm going to take a timeout too. I'll be right back here on Bama Insider. It looks like Alabama's going to be faced with a 4th and 1 when we return. All right, back here on Bama Insider. Alabama picks up a first down. Mike's like Mac for best actor. See, what I'm getting at, I think in this particular drive, you look at kind of the drive time, right? 10 plays, 41 yards, 3 minutes and 32 seconds. What they're doing in this drive, I mean, Alabama, I think, could, put points on the board on anybody at will. But in this particular game, I think they know that Florida's offense is also potent, right? I mean, Kyle Trask, you don't want him on the field. So in this particular game, I mean, you can see the game plan right here is move the football down the field methodically. And this is, in my opinion, this is the only team in college football that can do that. I guess you could say Clemson could do this as well, because they have, ATN, they're very talented running back, but Alabama's offensive line allows for this type of balance. And you can take the air out of the game and put points on the board with your rushing attack. So if Alabama's, that's the problem with Florida, they're going to be throwing the football the entire game, and I mean that's going to play right into Alabama's scheme. Whereas with Alabama, they can run the ball, they can go over the top, and they're eating the clock. Most importantly, so this is you're going to see more of the same unless Florida can somehow capitalize off a big play, a turnover. But overall, Alabama simply controlling this entire game. You look at the time of possession on this game thus far. Alabama's had the ball. It's not overwhelming margin, 15 minutes and 40 seconds compared to Florida's 9 minutes and 25. But you can see what's happening right here as Alabama continues to, control the ball. Alabama facing a 3rd and 2, very important drive, and they're going to get it. Brian Robinson. You're seeing the combo too. I mean, think about it. You got Najee Harris, you got Brian Robinson, 2 imposing running backs. I mean, this is what Sarkisian's doing. He's just grinding it out. Jeez, man. All right, you're gonna love it. Here we go. Alabama. First and 10, Alabama. And I think you're going to like this next play. You might be ahead of us, but we're going to go with the TV. Mac Jones back to pass, steps up. He's going to find Najee Harris, who just drags defenders into the end zone. Najee Harris, maybe Najee should get the Heisman. 13 plays, 70 yards, 5 minutes, 59 seconds. The drive was capped off by another Najee Harris receiving touchdown. He has 3 touchdowns in the game. Alabama up 28-10. And like I was telling you, 13 play drive, 70 yards, 5 minutes, almost 6 minutes. I mean, that's like an eternity for Alabama. They were going after Metchie, and then he found Najee Harris coming across the middle of the field. Ran almost like a stop, and then that was like all on Najee, the presence of mind. Wow. And just like I was saying earlier in the game, that, Najee Harris' ability to catch a football, he looked like a wide receiver, almost a tight end out here. So he's going to run kind of he stops up, Mac Jones pumps fakes, and then goes right to him, catches it across the middle of the field, drags it in the end zone, 23-yard touchdown. Mac Jones, 15-20, 189 yards with 3 touchdowns. Check this out. Najee Harris, 16 rushes, 88 yards. And then receiving-wise, Najee Harris has 3 receptions for 36 yards, okay? So 88 plus 36, that's 124 yards of total offense with 3 touchdowns in the first half. Alabama up 28-10. Todd is rolling in Atlanta, Georgia, a.k.a. Brian Denny East. I'll be right back right here on BamaInsider.com. All right, I'm back right here on Bama Insider. Appreciate you guys staying with us. Florida now driving the football down. Kyle Trask, the big completion. Florida's offense clearly trying to get something going, down 28-10. Kyle Trask back to pass once again. He's going to find they're targeting Malachi Moore. Malachi Moore goes for the strip. The ball, did it come out? Was he down? No, he looks like Malachi Moore was able to strip Tony, but he was already down. So Florida, fires right back. They were going after Malachi Moore. They've targeted him a couple times. These are some very quality wide receivers trying to take advantage of the freshman. So let's see what happens. A minute 21. Florida is literally on, looks like the 2-yard line, down 28-10. I guess they're going to challenge this play. Oh my! Did he strip him? Oh my goodness! He fumbled the football. He fumbled it. Look, that's a fumble. Is that not a fumble? That's a fumble. Thumbs up if you think it's a fumble. That was a clear fumble. And it wasn't even Malachi Moore. It was that was Patrick Surtain, right? It was kind of just like the ball that was Patrick Surtain. And the ball is out. That angle doesn't show it, kind of the reverse angle, but that's Alabama's football. Wow. It looked like maybe Malachi kind of jarred it, but his hand was down, but his back, yeah. Wow. It's always amazing what we're talking about. Hey, 505. Basically, Tony was going into the end zone, okay? And Malachi Moore stripped him. And then Patrick Surtain kind of like followed up the strip. The Tony was the Florida wide receiver, who was kind of still in the air, and the ball just comes out. And then Patrick Surtain recovers right on the 1, and now it's under review. It was the ball is clearly out of his hands before his body hits the ground, right? Is Cam, are they calling him down? It looks like, yeah, no, 505, I appreciate it. Yeah, if you're new, if you didn't grow up watching the sport, you got to be down for it to be, for it not to be a fumble. In this particular case, it looks like a fumble because the player was still elevated. People are saying that it's not a fumble. Wow. Okay. Wow. I don't know about that. That is, I don't know where the officials are from, but there's been some wacky calls in the SEC. I don't like that call right there. Not because it covered Alabama football. The ball was clearly out of the receiver's hands before he hit the ground. Therefore, it's a fumble. So Florida's going to put in a touchdown. It's going to be a 1-yard touchdown on the very next play, and that's going to be a 4-play, 75-yard drive, capped off by a Kyle Trask touchdown run. And just like that, Florida is back in this football game. Well, look, Saban's pissed. Oh, was he going after Golding on that? Did you see that? Was Saban going after Golding? 28-17, Alabama leading with 1:09 before halftime. Crimson Tide still with the, Saban's going after Golding. Whoa. We're going to have to get that on. Wait, give me a second. I got to text up my social team. Give me 1 second. Okay, Saban's pissed. 28-17. It was a 4-play, 75-yard scoring drive. Did you see? You guys saw, right? Hey, thank you, Tobias. I appreciate it. Kyle, you asked before the Nick Saban's best team. If this is his best team finishes the season, you may have your answer. I think so. You kind of look at the year that they put together. Now, going 10-0 in the SEC is definitely it's incredible, right? But I think what'll be more incredible is beating this Clemson team, because that's going to be the team that they're going to have to get past. Let's all face it. They looked great today. They looked like, the Clemson that we're accustomed to. Trevor Lawrence and, Amari Rodgers. All those wide receivers that they have, the ATN, their defense looked really good today. So, I think that, if Alabama's able to cruise with this season, then they're going to, they're going to be considered, the best team. I would say. I mean, it's going to be debatable, but this run that they're having right now is fantastic. So Pete Golding, looks like he got in some trouble, right? Nick Saban yelling at him on the sidelines. I'll be right back right here on BamaInsider.com. Alabama up 28-17. You're watching the BamaInsider.com watch along. Appreciate it, Tobias. Thank you so much for the super chat. Be right back. All right, back here on Bama Insider. Alabama with the football. It's going to be 2nd and 10, a minute remaining before halftime. See what the Crimson Tide can do. I'm going to step away during the halftime break, and then I'll be back for the third quarter. And then after the game, we'll have Nick Saban's press conference along with the post-game call and show where I'll take your calls. We'll talk about Alabama and Florida. Looks like Alabama's in a hurry-up mode, clearly, because there's only 50 seconds before halftime. Trying to get something, maybe some points on the board before the halftime break. Mac Jones is going to dump it out to Najee Harris, and there was pressure there, so it was an incompletion. Stats, statistically speaking, Mac Jones is 16-23, 235 yards in the game with three touchdowns. Clearly out-dueling Kyle Trask, right? I mean, clearly. I mean, the numbers speak for itself. Trask on the other side, 10-15, 179 yards with a touchdown. He also has a rushing touchdown, though. So he does have 2 touchdowns. It's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Crimson Tide. You have wide receivers all over the field. And once again, Mac Jones is going to go right to Devontae Smith. Alabama has 2 timeouts, so they got to just hurry up and spike the football. Devontae Smith has 8 receptions now for 113 yards as Alabama now are inching towards scoring territory for this offense. It's going to be a completion to Miller Forrestall, who gets out of bounds. Love the offense right here. Just show the players that replay of the no call fumble at halftime. It's over and over. Yeah, that was that was clearly a fumble. Should be. I mean, it should be 28-10, right? It really should be. Okay, so Alabama with 23 seconds, and as CBS notes that Florida will receive the football out of the halftime break. So oh, geez, that was almost a could have been an interception, could have been a pick 6. See if Alabama can get some points on. Clearly, they're in field goal range for Will Reichert, who's been fantastic this year. I mean, that's kind of been one of the quiet storylines of this entire season. I mean, you look at everything that Alabama's kind of put together, right? This year, Mac Jones, Devontae Smith. I love this, lining Najee up as a wide receiver. He's been great, but Will Reichert has been a fantastic addition for this team. I mean, they've really elevated this team. Oh, did you see that official? Like do the dive? Is that what you were laughing at? Sticky fingers. Did you see that? The official, like in the middle, he like kind of dove. Did you guys catch that? That was hilarious. All right. Nick Saban looks like they're going to take a timeout. Nick Saban looks mad. um, yeah, that was a collapsed pocket, but he still got the football out. John Metchie. John Metchie in this game. Let's see how many stats he has. 2 receptions for 16 yards. And of course, the biggest thing that John Metchie did tonight was drawing the football and knocking the poor young man from Florida. Just, I mean, that was crazy, right? That was definitely the highlight of probably the entire week. Hardest hit of the entire year by far. Who would have thought it would have been from John Metchie, right? I'm a few seconds behind. You guys are going to like this play. So it's first and 10, 13 seconds left, and Alabama trying to put some more points on the board. And I'll just take you guys through. So here comes the pass rush. Mac Jones steps up, and he's going to fire over to guess who? Najee Harris scoring his 4th touchdown, his 3rd receiving touchdown. Mac Jones is like, I want the Heisman Trophy. Najee Harris is like, I want it too. Alabama goes up 35-17 with 6 seconds remaining before halftime. The drive was 8 plays, 78 yards, 58 seconds. Mac Jones, 20 of 28, 267 yards at halftime with 4 touchdown passes. Najee Harris has been fantastic. He has 16 rushes in this game with 1 touchdown. But on the receiving side, he has 4 receptions for 53 yards with 3 touchdowns. I mean, you look at the production that Najee Harris has in this game. I mean, it's been absolutely fantastic. He's just dazzled tonight, right? He has 141 yards. Let's call this halftime with 4 touchdowns. Najee Harris, right? I mean, really the star of this first half. I mean, here it is on the screen. It said the exact same stats that I'm saying. I mean, my goodness, what a season. I mean, this guy wasn't even in the Heisman talk. And how could it not? I mean, you have Devontae Smith, you have Mac Jones, and look, Devontae Smith is doing his thing as well. 8 receptions, 113 yards. He's had some fantastic catches. But the star of this game right here, I would go Najee Harris. Then I would go Mac Jones, and then I would go Devontae Smith, right? I mean, Mac Jones, 20 of 28, 267 yards, 4 touchdowns. That's sometimes numbers that players put up in an entire game. This guy's put it up at halftime. Look at Kyle Trask. He's completely outdueled Trask. 10 of 15, 117 yards. It's halftime. I'm going to go grab a quick bite to eat, get something to drink. I'll be right back. You guys stay here on BamaInsider.com. Crimson Tide rolling in Atlanta, 35-17 at the halfway mark. My name is Kyle Henderson at BamaInsider.com. Definitely hit the thumbs up, like, and subscribe, and be right back here on BamaInsider.com. Oh, and thank you, Tobias. Of course. We appreciate it. Thank you so much for dropping in another super chat. Goodness, I love that we are taking what they give us. Voters should send Mac Jones and Najee Harris and Lawrence to the ceremony. Devontae Smith should win, just my opinion. Who do you guys want to win the Heisman? Sound off in the comment box. I'll be eager to read that at the halftime break. Catch you guys soon right here on BamaInsider.com. What's up, Mick?
What's up?
How's it going, man?
It's going great. I mean, how about this football game right here? Go over the top style on you right now.
Yeah, I think that I mean I was asking if you guys are new to the channel, this is Mick Gillespie, by the way. He's been a great addition to our staff here at BamaInsider.com.
This is the Mick Gillespie watch party at halftime. Look at me right here. This hat on. I've been screaming a lot. What's up, guys? Good to see you, Jackie. All you guys that are watching right now. Man, you don't want me on the watch party. You're going to find out that I got a lot of crimson in my blood, man. This has been a game, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, kind of looking at, the stats of this game. I mean, I think that, what really stands out is just, I mean, the play of Mac Jones. I mean, he's certainly outdueling Trask, but I mean, the play of Najee Harris, I think he's been, the absolute star of this game, right? Like, you can't win this game looking for Heisman moments with Devontae Smith or Mac Jones, but, Najee Harris, 16 rushes for 88 yards at halftime with one touchdown. And then he has 4 receptions for 53 yards with 3 touchdowns. I mean, it's like 140 yards with 4 touchdowns at halftime break of the SEC championship. This team is a buzzsaw.
Oh, yeah, man. Shout out Jackie and Kim and Perry and Bama. Hey, look, I'm going to tell you something about what's going on right now. This is a battle, man. And I'm going to tell you what the real war is going to be when Alabama and Clemson get together. And I've enjoyed watching this football, but you're right. Najee's having just an incredible day, but Mac Jones, he's been under some pressure in this football game. I'm looking for Alabama to adjust that a little bit. I wish Alabama honestly would run the ball a little bit more because it's there every time, but they're so balanced, and Najee's getting in there. And I mean, he's just, look, this guy's draft stock is just going up every time he touches the ball. I mean, look at the way that he uses the blocks. Yeah. I mean, like he's cutting back in and out. He's got such great vision, man. Those peripherals, he's finding so much open space. He's hard to bring down. He's had 2 of the best touchdowns of the season. The spin move and then the one right at the end of the first half. Those are huge. I mean, Florida is capable of scoring every time they touch the football. This game's kind of playing out like I thought, where Florida would score, but they wouldn't score as much as Alabama. The bottom line, though, is that it may take 65 points to win this football game. So Alabama's got to keep scoring, just to be able to push Florida back. Although I feel like Alabama's going to make an adjustment in the second half. And probably smother Florida a little bit. I didn't like that last drive that Florida scored on 4 plays, but Najee's been great. The other thing that I noticed too, Kyle, is that every time Smitty touches the football, I mean, it's crazy, man. Like it's like he's electric.
Yeah.
It's like he's like that guy in the video game that has like the 100 speed, like if he can catch everything too. Mm-hmm. But they've done a nice job of taking him away. I mean, he's double covered by 2 really good defenders every time he gets near the ball, and they still found him the ball some. But man, this has been. It feels like a championship game.
Yeah, I mean. It does. I mean, it's a very entertaining game. I think it's probably, the most entertaining game we've watched since, the Ole Miss game, just because, Florida clearly has a pulse. This is a good football team. But I think it just, I watched all 3 games today. I watched Ohio State in the morning. Mm-hmm. I actually put up some curtains here in my office. Is actually did some kind of chores around the house. We actually have some people coming in. Yes, I'm a real person out there who has like family and, friends and hang out and do hang out with the kids and stuff, the wife.
Been fun, huh?
Right. Yeah. So I watched Ohio State and I watched Northwestern. Northwestern's defense was good. I knew they were going to be good. We've talked about them before. And then I watched, wasn't really impressed with Ohio State. I don't think you were either. And we've talked about them, right? I mean, Texas A&M better, probably. But who's going to get the nod? I mean, they were making so many excuses for Ohio State. They're like, oh, they're out with like 21 players, whatever.
Hey, they're not in my top 4.
They're not good.
They're not in my top 4, man.
So then I watched Clemson and Notre Dame, and look, I'm telling you, Clemson that team is good. I knew they were going to be good. I've thought they were good all along, and I think kind of seeing the way that they took care of Notre Dame. I mean, these guys are these guys are capable to reach a championship game against Alabama.
Yeah.
I think the defense is good, and let me finish one more thought. I think Notre Dame is just is they suck.
Yeah.
I just don't think they're good at all.
I don't either.
Not impressed with them.
They are who we thought they were.
Exactly. I said that earlier. I was just like, I'm not impressed. I mean, the quarterback was running all over down. It was like I'm just not impressed with them.
Yeah. Well, I got to go out of here to watch the game because I don't have a TV in here. But I want to answer two. Can I comment on two comments? Did we talk during the game, or do we how do you do it?
Just text me.
Pop them up. Can I pop them up?
Yeah.
All right, look, Mike Dog, I love Rocky, man. I'm like a Rocky super fan. Not as much as I like Alabama, but close. And I love this. You know who Clubber Lang was?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Rocky 3.
Mr. T, right?
Yeah, Mr. T. He was bad. He was working for everything that he earned.
Yes. My dad and I, it was back when movie theaters had like 2 movies, 2 shows. Like it was like a 2-show house in Baltimore. And we basically stayed there to all day to be able to see Rocky 3 because it was so crowded and it was a great movie. And Coastal Carolina doesn't want any of us. And Sam says this, and this is why I'll sneak back over here later. But Mick, those sacks on Mac are due to him holding the ball too long. Yes, you're exactly right, Sam. He's got to get rid of the football, but it's also, look, the running is there. If they want to run the football, they can run it every time, at least the way that it was set up in the first half. So I'm kind of hoping that they do a little bit more of that. But Kyle, I'm gonna just jump off here, and I'll come back when I can't sit in here and not see the game. So
cool. All right, catch you soon, man.
All right, brother.
See you, Mick. All right, that was Mick Gillespie of Bama Insider. He'll be back in a little while. Here in the third quarter, the game's back on. Remember the broadcast on CBS. This is just kind of additional commentary, some stats, and a place to celebrate the college football season. Alabama currently up 35-17. Florida trying to get something going with their Wildcat package. Their Wildcat quarterback, I mean, no doubt about it. I think he had a 17-yard run in the first half. Alabama, and like I said earlier, I mean, look at the time of possession. I mean, 19 minutes, almost 20 minutes of this entire game. I knew that would be a part of it, right? All right, you guys aren't going to like this. Kyle Trask back to pass, steps up, and wow, over Patrick Surtain, and that's going to be a touchdown. Just like that, Florida right back out of the gates. Grimes goes up over Patrick Surtain, just beats him straight up one-on-one. Plays, it was a 4-play drive, 75 yards, 1 minute and 35 seconds. A great throw from Trask. Look, Patrick Surtain was right there. Got a little push off on the backside, but hey, corner is the toughest position to play, period. Right? I mean, it's hard. I mean, he beat Patrick Surtain right there, straight up. I mean, those are 2 NFL guys going head to head. I mean, it happens. The guy has 8 touchdowns in the last 8 games, 35-24. As we get, started here in the third quarter. And that's why, like I was talking to you guys about, this particular game and kind of, the game plan. You got to take the air out of the ball. And that's what Alabama did in that second quarter because you see how dangerous Florida is, right? I mean, that was on Patrick Surtain. I mean, that was just a good play from Florida. I'll be right back. 35-24. You're watching Bama Insider, the watch party. Stay with us. All right, back here on Bama Insider, you're watching the watch party. Alabama up 35-24. DB, I'm with you in the comment box. I think Clemson absolutely a lot better than Florida, a lot better. That I mean, let's face it, that's who it's going to be. And see what Alabama can do on their opening possession of the second half. 35-24. Kyle Trask came out and threw a 50-yard strike over Patrick Surtain. See what Alabama can do. I mean, just like the broadcast was saying, I mean, you look at kind of guys who are game changers. I mean, Najee Harris just completely went off. Antonio, what's up? I see you in the comment box. I agree with that. Clemson receiver's not as quick. Yeah, I mean, the thing about it though is, the quarterback is much better. He's a problem. I mean, Amari Rodgers, I mean, good to see him back. He looked good. And the thing is, Antonio, too, is Clemson has a running game, right? Trevor Lawrence, he can run a little bit, surprisingly. And then, Travis Etienne. I mean, this Florida team is just so one-dimensional. You know it's going to come every single time. Love this screenplay right here to John Metchie. My goodness. What's good, Jarvis? Appreciate you being here. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, DB. I was like the Clemson is a team that's more balanced, and their defense. I mean, granted Notre Dame couldn't do anything, but I mean Clemson's defense is good. I mean Brett Venables is good. He's the best defensive coordinator out of anybody. Brett Venables, right? I mean, how has he maintained to stay at Clemson? I guess he just doesn't want to be a head coach. He continues to do a good job at Clemson. I know the ACC is trash, but I mean the defense that he always has is very, very good. Mac Jones stepping up in the pocket. It's going to be an incompletion. Mac Jones overall in this game, 22 of 31, 297 yards with 4 touchdowns. Kyle Trask on the other side, 13 of 18, 247 yards. Look, we knew there was going to be points in this game. Vegas was expecting 10 touchdowns in this game. You look at the point total right now, between the two teams, right at there's a ton of points already. So, is it going to hit over 60 or over 70 or whatever? Yeah, absolutely. I think if you were a betting man, you would have took that a long time ago. It's already at 59 points. You look at Alabama and what they've done. I think this is the 24th consecutive time they've scored. No, I know, Jackie, that his kids go there. I'm just saying, like, he could have other opportunities to go, somewhere else to be a head football coach. I think this is the 24th time that Alabama scored 35 points consecutively. It's like ridiculous how good this offense is under Steve Sarkisian, under Tua Tagovailoa, under Mac Jones, right? I mean, it's crazy. Alabama trying to put some more points on the board as we start this third quarter, 35-24. Florida came right out and scored. That was an important touchdown for Florida. I think if they don't score there, I think the game kind of gets off the rails. Alabama, and now if Alabama can score right here, 42-24, then we kind of turn into a track meet. We knew there was going to be points on the board. The secondary was going to be tested. These wide receivers, very fast twitch, like Antonio said, matchup problems. Kyle Pitts, surprisingly in this game, hasn't done too much. 2 receptions for 25 yards. Hasn't done much. It's been Kadarius Toney who's been the problem. 6 receptions, 139 yards. I haven't seen a receiver torch Alabama like this. I forget because Ole Miss put up a ton of yards. I have to go back and look at the statistics. But Kadarius Toney that dude's the truth. But you look at, Florida, they haven't ran the football. That's not something they do. They have 41 yards of rushing. Alabama has 105 yards of rushing, 94 yards from Najee, and then 19 from B-Rob. Mac Jones with, he's 3 yards shy of 300 yards with 4 touchdowns. Devontae Smith, 9 receptions for 117 yards. So these guys are getting their numbers. Absolutely. Take a quick timeout, and I'll be right back here on Bama Insider. All right, back here on Bama Insider, the watch party. Mac Jones going to hand off to Najee Harris, and it's going to bring up a 4th down for the Crimson Tide. I was saying earlier in the video that it's been really incredible to see Alabama have a kicker, Will Reichard, and to see the job that he's done throughout this entire season. Just a sophomore. I mean, the kicking woes certainly subsided with him being healthy. Alabama facing a 4th and 3 on my screen, and Mac Jones gonna pass the football out. He's gonna connect with guess who? Devontae Smith. Wow, they're gonna turn the football over. Why? I mean, that was an interesting call right there, right? It's kind of didn't even. I mean, I get it. You go into Devontae Smith, but you want to, you're going to throw the football in that situation. We want to throw it over the 1st down marker, right? So it looks like Devontae Smith came back. He was about a yard underneath it, and it was a good tackle, good wrap up by Florida. So Florida now with a little bit of momentum. This will be an important series for the Gators. And if they can get some points out of this turnover on downs, it would be, obviously instrumental. Kind of surprised Alabama right there. I don't know. I mean, you can't question the play call of Steve Sarkisian, but were points left out on the board right there? Yeah. Here comes Kyle Trask in the Florida offense. 35-24. Important series. You know what's coming. Kyle Trask down the field. It's going for Pitts. Looked open. It just looked like looked like he overthrew him. Trask calling for some sort of holding. As we look at the college football playoff rankings, Alabama, Notre Dame, Clemson, Ohio State, Notre Dame. I think it's easy. It's like it's either Notre Dame or Texas A&M. I don't know. I mean, the way that Notre Dame got beat down today, I don't think they deserve a shot in the playoffs. I mean, Alabama do the same thing to them. Probably even worse. Kyle Trask back to pass, has time, goes up over the top, and there's going to be a penalty. Let's see what the penalty is. It's going to be a flag on Dylan Moses. It's going to be a pass interference on Dylan Moses. Because it's better than a touchdown, right? I mean, so many teams have caught Alabama with that wheel route over the years, right? That wheel route is kind of that back end with the running back or whoever it's to. So many times, kind of reverting back to that play, Ole Miss when they caught Alabama. Let's check it out. What happened here? So it's going to be Dylan Moses. Manned up on the running back. Yeah, I mean, so many teams have eaten Alabama up. I'm actually glad that he did with the holding call because that would have been a touchdown for sure. So many teams have done that against Alabama, and even Alabama or Nick Saban was asked about the wheel route earlier this week. It's going to be a quarterback sack this time by Christian Harris, who's able to get to Trask. That was a big wrap up. Big wrap up. It's going to be a 2nd and 13 for the Gators. Game is on CBS. Thank you very much for joining me. Kyle Henderson of BamaInsider.com. Alabama turned the ball over on downs, and now Florida trying to, get some more points. Florida came into this second half and put points right on the board with a 50-yard strike, and now Florida with the football again. Kyle Trask trying to run it. It's going to be wrapped up by Justin Ebogbe in the backfield. Short gain. So now Florida's going to face a 3rd and 9. 10 minutes and 15 seconds of this game. The thing I like about Alabama's defense, especially the defensive front, is how many guys rotate in there, right? You got Justin Ebogbe, Phil Mathis, Christian Barmore. I think LeBron Ray was in street clothes again, so I don't know if he's going to be healthy. I think it was his elbow or his shoulder or something like that. He's been banged up, unfortunately, these last couple of years. 39 for the Florida Gators. Just past the 50. Trask back to pass and kind of a dump off, almost intercepted by Brian Branch. And that's going to come up with a 4th and 9 from Alabama's 47-yard line. I thought that was good defense. I mean, you look at kind of, how they're going to get to Trask, making him feel uncomfortable there. It's 4th and 9. Let's see what Dan Mullins does. They're going to punt. The most dangerous man right now in college football, Devontae Smith, who earlier in the game almost took a punt to the house. Right? Last week he did. 84 yards. That was crazy. He was so fast. I mean, Was it a Heisman moment against Arkansas? Yeah. I think you could say that. Oh, good punt. All right, be right back here on BamaInsider.com. Stay with us. It's good, fam. Back here on Bama Insider. Alabama with first and 10. It was a good punt. They were backed up deep inside their own 10. Start out the drive. Here's Mac Jones. I would suspect that you're going to see a heavy dose of Najee Harris, but here comes Mac Jones passing out to Najee Harris, who was able to get up the field. And I mean, this guy's been a beast this entire game. You look at 19 carries, 101 yards. And you look at, he's caught the football 5 times for 67 yards. I mean, he's clearly the MVP up to this point, unless something crazy goes down, right? I mean, I know Mac Jones has 312 yards in this game, but I mean, the things that Najee Harris has done, especially receiving the football as well. I mean, he's ran hard. He's caught the football well. He's made some great plays that spin for a touchdown. I mean, all this stuff. That screams MVP in this game. And like I was saying, I would expect that Alabama plays time of possession control in this specific series. Look at, um, oh man, that's going to be Miller Forrestall again. And Miller Forrestall, I think he's been hurt in like every single game, like 80%. The weirdest things happened to him. Remember last year he had a voice box injury? It was like the weirdest injury that you could ever get. Look at Mac Jones hitting Devontae Smith. Oh man, if he would have broke that, that would have been his moment right there. Devontae Smith now, yeah, a cool 11 receptions for 145 yards. Yeah. Right? Easy days works for Smitty. Smitty's had some good times in Atlanta. You guys all know what I'm talking about, right? He came in as a freshman. Geez, Devontae Smith has 94 receptions. Man, they're trying to get him past Coop. Jeez. Amari Cooper had 124 receptions in that season. And that was in 2014. Jeez. That's crazy. Smitty has 94. My goodness. It's crazy. He's going to catch for 100. Clearly. I mean, he might catch for 20 in this game. I mean, who would have thought, kind of when you look at Alabama, you got all these great wide receivers, Henry Ruggs and Jerry Judy, they leave. Both those guys inked $15 million contracts. And you're like, okay, Devontae Smith, he's the guy. We all knew he was good. We all knew he was great. But to see him duplicate what he did last year, or even like better this year, is mind blowing. And I get it. A lot of that, production is added on to the fact that Jalen Waddle isn't playing. But I mean, the career, I'm gonna miss Smitty. I guess that's what I'm saying. I mean, this guy is just amazing. Okay, Mac Jones back to pass, 1st and 20 for the Crimson Tide. Goes over to Devontae Smith again. Smith now with 12 receptions for 155 yards. We still got a ton of game left, too. Alabama now facing a 2nd and 10 on my screen. I think I'm a little behind the cable broadcast, as I've mentioned several times. Alabama with 2 players in the backfield. That was a weird play call. It's kind of like a run with Billingsley. Look, I love Billingsley athleticism, but I don't know about running the football with him. So Alabama's going to be facing a 3rd and 13 from the Florida 47. Got to get some points on the board. I mean, the last time was a turnover on downs. Even if it was a field goal, if you're able to get into field goal position, just adding the points on, you got to keep Florida off the field. Really, he's kind of gone away from running Najee Harris in this later part of in this 3rd quarter. I'm not exactly sure why. Brian Robinson in right now, actually. Still kind of that, in that later 2nd quarter, they were really pounding it at Florida. If things are changed. Three men rushing for Florida. Mac Jones gets it out to Major Tennyson. And it's going to be a 4th down again. They're going to have to give the ball back to Florida. There's a check down right here. You got Devontae Brown's good pass protection. Checked it down to Tennyson. It's just kind of a blocking type tight end. And here you go for Alabama to punt. Charlie Scott, he's the brother of J.K. Scott. Remember, Alabama's great punter. Best punter in history, I would imagine. That guy could boot the ball. Charlie Scott's a transfer from Air Force. And that's going to go to the end zone. We'll be right back here on Bama Insider. Hey, what's up, everybody? Back here in Bama Insider. And see, did you see that score that they just posted here on the broadcast? Said Cincinnati and Tulsa tied up at 17. That's why I'm so against like these, like the 18 playoff. Like, look, Coastal Carolina, they're a good team. Alabama would beat them so bad. It would be terrible to watch. Same thing with Cincinnati. I mean, these are good teams. They're having great seasons, but kind of like maybe Coastal Carolina versus Notre Dame, right? Maybe Notre Dame versus Cincinnati. That seems more reasonable. The more I kind of thought about it, I don't have Notre Dame in my top four anymore. Wow, that's a strip. Who was that? Was that mini baby Mink again? What? That's going to be Alabama's football. Malachi Moore is just he comes up with the craziest play. The thing I love about him is he's always coming up with these strips. Let's see. The initial contact was by Jordan Battle, and then no, the strip would be credited to that was Dylan Moses. And then the ball got like tangled up. Wow, that was weird. Wow, there's been some weird calls in this game on fumbles. Wow, Florida's going to retain possession. Jeez, what's going on? 2nd and 17. Kyle Trask back to pass, launches it way downfield. Great coverage, almost intercepted. Threw it in double coverage. Josh Jobe and Daniel Wright in coverage on that. So it's going to be a 3rd and 17. Wow, that was a bad decision. I thought that was going to be intercepted. Actually. Oh, geez. I think Daniel Wright thought he had that. If he makes that interception, that could have been a pick six. 3rd and 17. Let's see what Trask can do. I would assume you look to Pitts in this position. Kind of look for matchup problems. Good protection for Alabama, only sending 3 wide open across the middle of the field. It's going to be a first down for Florida. Wow. That's Pitts. Yeah. So there you go. That's Pitts' 3rd reception of the game. 3 receptions for 45 yards for him. Alabama just sat back, right? And he just came right across the field in zone coverage. And Kyle Trask made the pass, and Kyle Pitts recorded the reception. Got to keep an eye on that kid. I mean, he's only 3 receptions for 45 yards. Alabama slowed him down for the most part, but I mean, it's only a matter of time. So he's going to make a big play or in that case, pick up the big first down. That was 3rd and 17. This time, Trask just throwing it up in the air and flags all over the place. That was on Dylan Moses. That was Dylan Moses' 2nd time that he's been called for a pass interference. And that's just a sign of he's just getting beat because of a speed factor. So let's check this out again. So it was why that's oh my goodness. Somehow they got Dylan Moses trapped out on the outside with the running back. Dylan Moses trapped out there. That's his 2nd time he's been called for pass interference this game. You kind of look at the penalties that Alabama has. Trying to find the penalties on my stat sheet. Alabama has 4 penalties in this game, and 2 of them are on Dylan Moses. 1st and 10, Florida trying to advance the football. 1st and 10, Trask, big throw. It's going to be complete once again. And that's going to be Trayvon Grimes. I mean, there's so much. These receivers are, they're tough to stop for the entire game, right? Let's see what Grimes can do. He's working on Brian Branch. Brian Branch falls down, the freshman, then he's going to be wrapped up in the backfield. But Florida's a team that can put points on the board and can score quickly and can get down the field. It's what they've done all year. I knew it was going to be challenging for Alabama's defense, but where's the pass rush? I thought the pass rush would be, play an integral part in this game. I don't see the pass rush. Kind of just sitting back and, waiting, for Kyle Trask to do his thing. A very accurate passer, clearly. (35-24). That was a fumble. Man, that was a fumble. And when Florida scored from the 1 yard out, that was a fumble too. So there's been 2 fumbles that Alabama's had that have been not called fumbles. Florida just running right down the middle of the field now. It's going to be Going to face a 3rd and 2. That was they keep showing this fumble play on TV. It was a fumble all the way. All right, Florida facing a 3rd and 2. They're going to pick it up, and they're going to get another first down on this drive. This drive has been 7 plays, 61 yards, and another first down from Florida. Florida's moving the football. I mean, Florida with a good game plan, right? I mean, this is what I felt Alabama should have done on their last drive. Kind of that methodical, slow, kind of control the tempo. And they're showing the time of possession as well. It's been a long drive. It's been an imposing drive. Got to come up with some sort of big play right here. It's where you look to your playmakers. Come up with the interception, even a stop right here. Florida, I mean, even if they get 3 points here, right? They're a touchdown within this game. It'd be 35-27. Kadarius Toney, that guy's been a beast this game. 153 yards. Grimes, 80 yards, and then Pitts, 45. I mean, we knew these wide receivers were going to present challenges, but I just don't feel that the pass rush has been there. In fact, when you kind of look at the quarterback pressures, Alabama has just 1 pressure in this game. Actually, 0 pressures. Another completion from Trask out to the outside, and they're going to face a 3rd and 4. Kyle Trask now 17 of 26, 291 yards, 2 touchdowns. Mac Jones, 353 yards, 4 touchdowns. Trask is connected with 6 different wide receivers for the 291 yards. 3rd and 4. Florida trying to put some more points on the board. They have 4 wide receivers up at the top, and they're going to run a quarterback draw with Trask right up the middle, and that's going to be another Florida first down. I mean, they've totally controlled Alabama's defense this entire series. I mean, this is a credit to Dan Mullen and just good execution from Florida all the way around. Three wide receivers all over the field, 2 to the bottom of your screen. And it's going to be another quarterback draw right up the middle of the field. Wow. 1st and goal. 2nd and goal, I'm sorry. Saban's freaking out. Wow. Florida taking advantage. Florida's going to punch it in for a touchdown. It was a 3-yard touchdown drive, imposing drive, 12 plays, 80 yards, 4 minutes and 58 seconds. We got a game, 35-31. There is 18 seconds remaining in this 3rd quarter. Florida right back in this game, 35-31. We'll be right back on BamaInsider.com. Nick Saban's not happy, clearly. I mean, that drive was clearly they dominated the Alabama defense. Big plays, came up with that big 3rd and 17. I mean, you could kind of point to that. You thought it was a fumble, and then it wasn't. Then Florida just kind of came down with some great plays and came up with a touchdown. And just like that, they're right back in the game. I mean, they've kind of dictated this 3rd quarter. I mean, Florida outscored Alabama in the second in this 3rd quarter. Let me make sure this is accurate. The scoring drive, I think it's 14-0, right? Yeah, so I mean 14-0 that Florida has outscored Alabama, and it's 35-31. Be right back here on Bama Insider. All right, fam, back here on Bama Insider. Pivotal drive for the Crimson Tide. You look at, Florida completely won that third quarter, outscoring Alabama 14-0. Currently leading, Alabama is currently leading Florida 35-31. Remember, after the game is the post-game call-in show. I'll take your calls and comments. So I'm going to start a new stream for the post-game call-in show. So that'll start immediately following the game. We'll also have Nick Saban's press conference. Mac Jones dumping it out, and that's going to be to Miller Forrestal, who looks to have he would have been down. I mean, they haven't been calling too many fumbles in this game, right? Got to put points on the board this drive. Absolutely. I mean, you kind of look at, oh yeah, he was down 100%. Yeah, so that's going to be the end of the third quarter. So we'll be right back here on Bama Insider. We got a game 35-31. Be right back here on Bama Insider. Post your final score prediction inside the comment box. Back here on Bama Insider, the watch party. We knew there'd be points. There's certainly points, right? 35-31. Florida, I think, did a great job dictating that entire third quarter. I think, the game, the schematics, I thought kind of from the offensive standpoint weren't what we're accustomed seeing from Steve Sarkisian. We didn't see a lot of Najee Harris in that third quarter. A lot of dump offs from Mac Jones. Really didn't, wasn't too big on his play there in the third quarter. Thought he played great in the first half, clearly, 350 yards. Najee Harris now up to 100 yards. So, it's important right now. It's pivotal that they put points on the board, right? Whether that's a field goal, whether that's touchdown. I think a touchdown, you get some of that momentum back. I mean, right now, Alabama doesn't have any momentum. Florida has kind of all the momentum. And just like Deo, Nacho, what's up? Saying that, you go to these tight ends, you throw to Miller Forrestal, you throw to Major Tennyson. Those guys are not, in my opinion, I don't like the checkdowns to them because just like Deo's nature saying in the comment box, I mean, those guys are very slow-footed, right? You want to get the ball to Jaleel Billingsley. Let's see what they can do. I mean, they have to get points. Have to get points here. 35-31 here in the fourth quarter, just started. Alabama's Mac Jones going to go right to Devontae Smith, and Devontae Smith putting the pop in. Devontae Smith now, I think 13 receptions in this game for 162 yards. You see the power that Devontae Smith has? He just kind of like ran right into that guy. I don't think, did he get it? Did he get the first down? Yeah, he got it. Looks like Alabama will get the first down. It kind of looked like he might have got stood at like a right, yard from there, but he was able to power through. So Alabama picks up a crucial first down. Very important drive, as we've spoken many times about. 35-31, 14 minutes in this game. We've had some thrillers before inside Mercedes Stadium, haven't we? We all kind of remember the when Jalen beat Georgia, and then the championship game before that was crazy. Nice ball right there to John Metchie. John Metchie in this game now 4 receptions for 62 yards. That was a big play right there. Let's see what happened. John Metchie, just the nice route right here. Exceptional route runner. He was credited with the big boom in the first quarter of this game. Alabama now crossed the 50-yard line. Mac Jones, 30 of 39, as you saw on the screen, for 382 yards. Big time numbers. He'll be over 400 yards here pretty soon. I mean, it's like maybe like what does he end up with? Oh, whoa! Do you see that? Oh my goodness! Najee hit the hurdle. He knew he was going to do it. This guy is taking over. Put him at the Heisman table. Look at this. Oh, it's coming. That's what I'm talking about. That gets that momentum back on Alabama's side, right? That's what you were looking for. Man, I can't wait to look at Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle's feeling it. Hey, watch out now. He's jumping off the bench right there. Careful. How do you catch that? Billingsley, another first down. Guy was all over. It's going to be injured. Injured player. That was a great catch. See Billings. I love going to Billingsley. I mean, how do you fit that in a really tight window? And then he just like it was almost like Velcro. Billingsley's man. It was a pass interference, so the play will stand. Player is down. This is a great drive. I mean, that Najee Harris hurdle clearly, catapulted Alabama down the field. 35-31. Alabama now at the 12-yard line. We'll be right back here on Bama Insider. All right, back here on Bama Insider. My name is Kyle Henderson of BamaInsider.com. Thank you for joining me this evening, coming to you from Tuscaloosa. We have Tony Sukalis at the Mercedes Stadium. Alabama currently up 35-31. Remember, around depending on when this game ends, I'm going to go. We'll start up the post-game show immediately following the game. So we'll switch the stream, and then we'll kind of finish out the game probably back on the call-in show. Florida gained a lot of momentum there in the third quarter, outscoring Alabama 14-0. And now you see here in the fourth quarter with 13 minutes left, a lot of time. Alabama, if they can put some points on the board, I think you really, gain that momentum back. It would be, a touchdown clearly would make it 42-31. Florida, still have plenty of time. So there's a ton of time left in this particular game. So let's see what Mac Jones and company can do. 1st and 10. Motioning Smitty. It's going to be a gain of no gain on that particular play. Najee Harris has been really, I think the standout of this entire game and how he's played overall. I mean, he's just, really been that game changer, right? You can talk about Mac Jones numbers, you can talk about Devontae Smith, but I think what we've seen from Najee Harris is, I mean, people are going to be searching Najee Harris highlights for a while from this SEC championship game. 9-yard pickup right there for Najee Harris, as we just spoke about. Najee Harris now 22 carries for 129 yards in this game. He has 1 touchdown, and then he has 3 receiving touchdowns, making people miss. Look at that. You see that guy from Florida? His head just like went right into the turf, trying to tackle Najee. Najee's a nightmare. He brings it. And the thing, I said this before about Najee Harris, the ability that he can catch the football, and also the fact that he's durable. The guy is in tremendous shape. There he is again. Look at that. They're trying to give Najee the seat at the Heisman. 1st and goal again. Give it to him again. I just do that. I do that. I'd come up with 3 creative ways to get Najee the football. I go to the middle again. I go to the outside, and then I go right back to the middle with Najee Harris, or some sort of, play to where I'm throwing it to him, kind of in some situation. I think that Najee Harris just needs to finish off this drive. Maybe not throw it. I wouldn't throw it in this situation. Kind of, I get scared of that pick 6, back in Auburn a couple seasons ago or last season. Here we go. I love it right there. Did he get in? Oh, looks like he's almost in. Alabama fans is like on pins and needles waiting for Najee Harris just to get in. Looks like he's like at the 1-inch line. It looks like he's in. That's a touchdown. Is it? What do you think? Was that a touchdown? Looked like a touchdown, right? How come all these Florida guys are hurt now? Every single time we turn around, there's a guy hurt from Florida. Let's see. He dives. This will give us that back left hand, but he stretched over the goal line, and I don't think his legs were down. That's a touchdown. I don't know. All these guys are hurt, though. It's another commercial. Be right back. All right. Well, they're going to call it a touchdown, right? They're going to call after they reviewed it, they're going to call it a touchdown. Incredible effort from Najee Harris. I mean, you look at, I mean, how many touchdowns? 5 touchdowns tonight. It was a 10-play, 75-yard scoring drive, 3 minutes and 49 seconds. That was so important for Alabama's momentum. Look, he's on the phone. He's just like, yeah, he's already doing interviews, right? 42-31 is a score right here. And, that first touchdown for Alabama in the second half of this game, I thought it was a great drive. I mean, I think Mac Jones did a great job. I think the offensive line, but this young man, you kind of revert back to the hurdle, right? That's kind of what got that momentum back because Florida, was controlling kind of that third quarter. They controlled it all, but putting points on the board is something that Alabama, didn't do in the third quarter. Now in the fourth quarter, getting up on top, really important. Let's kind of zoom in on Najee Harris real quick. 24 carries, 132 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. Receiving wise, 5 receptions for 67 yards with 3 touchdowns. He has 5 touchdowns in the game. He's getting love. Look, there's even Butch Jones, the new Arkansas State football coach, getting some love as well. Glad to see him get another opportunity, right? See what he can do at Arkansas State. They got a lot coming back from what I hear. 42-31 here in the fourth quarter. Man, that kind of was that was relieving, right? Alabama getting points on the board. I knew they'd go over the 70-point mark, right? After this stream, we got the another stream where I'm going to take your calls right here on Bama Insider, the post-game call-in show. Up next on Bama Insider. Probably started with I started immediately after the game, but I'll probably close out this stream with like 2 minutes left or something like that. So go back and start chatting on our post-game show. So take a quick break and come right back. Alabama up now, 42-31. Have a little bit of breathing room here in the fourth quarter. Wow, you talk about game-changing performances. I mean, talk about 2 freshmen right there. Really getting to the quarterback. I think it was Will Anderson, who's a freshman, and then Big Tim Smith falls on it. That's a turning point. I mean, you look at the pass rush. I told you. I said it time and time again. You can read my reports. The pass rush would play an entire role. These are 2 freshmen out there making plays in the SEC championship game. Think about that. So you got William Anderson getting to him. Getting to Trask, he fumbles the football, and then it's going to be Big Tim Smith to fall on it. That's Alabama's defense. Those are freshmen playing at this high of a level during this time of season. I mean, it's just really incredible to see these freshmen. Brian Branch, he's started this game. Malachi Moore, he started this game. William Anderson, he started this game. Boom. And look, Tobias is fired up. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. That was huge. That was the turning point of this game. And I said it before, you got to get to Trask. You can't sit back on that 3rd and 17 and only rush 3 defenders, right? You just can't do it. It's not going to be successful against a quarterback this good, whether it's Kyle Trask, whether it's Trevor Lawrence. Go back to Najee. Give him his 6th touchdown of the game. Appreciate it, Tobias. Thank you so much. Man. Yeah, no, John G, I'm on YouTube TV, man. So I know, I might be way behind, but this is kind of how I'm rolling. I'm not paying for cable anymore. I didn't like it. It was too much. You couldn't ever get out of the contract. So if I have to be a little bit delayed, so be it. It's all good. That was huge. Happy to see it. I mean, those freshmen. Think about it. I just named 4 freshmen that are contributing at this high of a level. Mac Jones overthrows Devontae Smith, unfortunately, for Alabama's sake. So it's going to be 3rd and goal. 10:38 in this game. Wow. Man. I guess even if you put, a field goal on the board right here, I mean, that would be, 45-31. But, man, it'd be so nice to kind of, I think a touchdown right here, probably, it's early, but you think about it kind of being, could be the nail in the coffin. Look at the time of possession right there. 30 minutes that Alabama's had it. That had to be part of the game plan was taking Trask off the field. Here's Mac Jones. Oh, geez. It's going to go to Devontae Smith. It's going to be 4th and goal. Alabama hits a 20-yard field goal, 4 plays, 8 yards, 1 minute and 28 seconds. Alabama now leading 45-31. Mac Jones just eclipsed the 400-yard mark, 403 yards, 4 touchdowns. Devontae Smith, 14 receptions in this game for 169 yards with 1 touchdown. I mean, the numbers are crazy in this game. Najee Harris, 25 carries, 133 yards with 2 touchdowns, and then he has 5 receptions for 67 yards. So, I mean, the guys on offense doing a great job. When we look at the defensive side of the ball, Alabama led by Daniel Wright with 6 tackles, William Anderson with 5 tackles, Chris Allen with 4 tackles, Dylan Moses with 4 tackles, quarterback sacks, 2 from William Anderson. I mean, the guy is a freshman, right? Playing at such a high level. Chris Allen also has a sack, and then Christian Harris. So Alabama has sacked Kyle Trask 4 times. Think about this. Coming in this game, Trask had only been sacked 8 times during the season. Alabama, think about it. They had, what do they have? 5 sacks against LSU. Then they had 8 sacks against Arkansas. And then tonight so far, they have 4 sacks. So that's 17 sacks over the last 3 games. If this pass rush can continue to stop quarterbacks, they're going to win a national title. It's that simple. You play opportunistic football when the defense can get to the quarterback. You make plays. Things like that happen. I love to play with the 2 freshmen. Be right back. Alabama up 45-31. Post-game call-in show coming up next. All right, friends. What do you guys think? Do you think that who wins the Heisman Trophy for Alabama? Sound off in the comment box. Do you give it to Mac Jones, Devontae Smith? I mean, it's like maybe it doesn't matter because it's going to be in Tuscaloosa, right? The Heisman. I mean, I don't think Trevor Lawrence, he has a far outside shot. I mean, maybe it should be. I mean, wouldn't it be incredible if Najee Harris was up there as well? I know he's not going to be invited, unfortunately, but I mean, he started out the season with the campaign, and the campaign that he's put together has been incredible. I mean, 22 touchdowns coming in. He scored 5 in this game, so 27 touchdowns. On the season. I mean, it's just tremendous. What a remarkable season for him that he's put together. I love how all these young men carry themselves as well. Devontae Smith, Najee Harris, and Najee. I mean, what an incredible group that these guys have put together this entire season. And the thing is, it goes back to the offensive line, right? I mean, so many times we just talk about the individual skill players, but it goes to Steve Sarkisian, it goes to Landon Dickerson, it goes to Alex Leatherwood, Evan Neal, all those guys on the offensive line. That's going to be a big reception downfield to Kyle Pitts. That's his was that his fifth reception? Fifth reception for he has 82 yards. Pitt, look at him, man. Pitts is just an incredible player. Then you got lit. Jordan Battle coming with the boom. Florida, they gotta move quick. Here's Kyle Trask going deep. Oh man, looks like he had Josh Jobe. I don't even see Josh Jobe really turn his head around, to be honest. Actually, that was. I mean, he might not have turned his head around, but that was pretty good coverage, right? Man. You guys are way ahead of me. I'm on a 2nd and 10 right here. Geez, Barmore, you see how he came in? He's just like I think he's my favorite player on defense, on the Alabama defense, right? Looked like it could have been another fumble. Looks like it's going to be a 3rd and 8. Man. Why wasn't that a fumble? It's like, did Florida, they obviously recovered that. Jeez. There's been so many fumbles forced by this Alabama defense. 3rd and 9 for Kyle Trask. And wow, Josh Jobe again. Oh, wow. It's going to be holding, and that's going to be an automatic first down. That time it's another penalty on the Crimson Tide. You look at the penalties, they've had 5 for 55 yards. Wow. So that's going to move the chains for the Gators. Yeah, Raiders fan, there is a lot of time left. But that's where let's say, Florida gets some sort of points on this drive. Alabama comes back, and I think you just give it to Najee Harris the entire time, him and B-Rob, right? You get Najee up over 30 carries. You let him do his thing. Najee's clearly the MVP of this game, 100%. I've just decided that. Oh, that was a weird play. Could have been an interception. Oh, number 20's out there. Number 20, I think that is number 20 is what's number 20 out there? 45-31, 7 minutes and 58 seconds remaining in this game. Looks like Florida's going to be faced with a 3rd and 10. Let's see what they can do. I'm currently watching a 2nd and 10 right here. I'm a couple plays behind, but I got updated stats right in front of me. So on this particular 2nd and 10, Kyle Trask goes deep. Josh Jobe, trying to pick on Josh Jobe, right? Staying away from Patrick Surtain. And now Florida faced with a 3rd and 10. I mean, in my opinion, look, Kyle Trask, he's thrown for 353 yards. I mean, these receivers are dynamic for Florida. I think, I mean, what do you think? What do you think about the Alabama secondary coverage? I think it's been pretty good, right? I mean, especially when they just sit back in zone and, they're going to get picked apart. But I think for the most part, these guys have battled. I knew it was going to be a battle coming in. 3rd and 10. Trask gets it out to Kyle Pitts, and Pitts is just shy of scoring a touchdown. Wow. Trask is getting the hurry up offense going. Wow. Who was that on? I think that was on Malachi Moore. Josh Jobe with the tackle, and Florida trying to move it, trying to get in position to get another touchdown on the board. Kyle Trask is going to kind of do like a like a helicopter over the top. Did he get in? Wow, inside the 1. Okay, 2nd and goal. That was a weird play. This drive is 8 plays. I want to see him he was like spun around. That was weird. 8 plays, 74 yards. See if Florida can get some more points on the board. Right here. Currently trailing Alabama 45-31. down 2 touchdowns. Looks like they're going to take another look at it. I'll be right back here on Bama Insider. All right, friends, 6 minutes and 59 seconds remaining in this game. It's been a long drive, right? If you want to try to score points, it's been a long drive. Florida trying to punch it in to get back within a touchdown of this game, just outside of the end zone here. It looks like they got an inch to get in. I would assume it's a quarterback sneak with Kyle Trask or a quarterback draw. It's interesting that they're lining him up in a shotgun formation right here. I don't know if I like that too much. Trask, I mean, man, stuffed. And it looks like he turned the football over. My goodness. That's it. Wow. Will Anderson. That dude is the Will Anderson is a nightmare. Let's see what happened. Oh, offsides. What? Oh, Saban about to go ballistic. What? Wow. So they're gonna call that on Josh Jobe. Was it an offsides penalty? Let's take a look at this. Man, William Anderson. Jeez, he got right in there. Unbelievable. Can you believe what's happening in this game? Florida's going to score a touchdown after the offsides call, after the strip, and now Florida back in this game, 45-37. It was a 9-play, 75-yard drive, 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Can't believe it. And 45-38. Nick Saban is furious on the sidelines, and just like that, Florida is back in this game, right back in this game. Think about. Let me ask you this. Okay, you're out there. How many fumbles have there been in this game that have not been called fumbles? Seriously, think about it. What is it, like 3 or 4? I'm serious. How many? It's 3, right? 505 saying 3. I know it's 3. There was a 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think it was 3. Unbelievable. Yeah, I think, kind of what's the mindset kind of going into this with 6 minutes left. I mean, heavy dose of Najee, right? I mean, 45-38. Be right back here on Bama Insider. All right, fam. Got 6 minutes and 30 seconds of this game. Then we're going to start the post-game call-in show immediately following this game. I'm going to stop the stream, and then I'll jump over to the post-game call-in show. So be ready for that immediately following. So exit out of that and then restart. So get ready for the post-game call-in show. Appreciate you joining me tonight on Bama Insider. This is Watch Party. Coming to you from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I mean, my goodness, it has been quite the game. 45-38. I don't know, from Florida's standpoint, you're kicking deep. You got Jaleel Billingsley back there for Alabama. I mean, I don't know if I like that call for Alabama standpoint, but I love this call. Giving it to Najee Harris. My goodness. That's all you got to do to end this game. He's been electric tonight. He's just been fantastic in every single facet. I mean, he's ran the football well. He's caught the football well. He's been the guy that has put the team on his back, in my opinion. And you knew that Najee was capable of this. We all knew. I mean, he's been doing this all year. But just to see him in this SEC championship game, one of his final games, the Alabama Crimson Tide, I mean, really standing out, almost 150 yards of rushing, 67 yards receiving. Just, I think it's one of the better performances I've seen since I've been here. All right, 214 yards in this game with 5 touchdowns. Just putting together a dynamic season. All these guys from Florida still continue to get hurt. It's going to be a penalty, offsides on Florida. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. 6 minutes remaining in this game, 45-38. Landon Dickerson, you could see him getting hyped up. Dickerson's that guy that like gets under everybody's skin, right? Like in a good way, though, if you're an Alabama fan. Look at Najee. Wow. This guy. Check this out. 27 carries. 176 yards. It's like the game he's having. Look who's out there blocking. That was Devontae Smith. Run towards Devontae Smith. Jeez, look at Deontay Brown. My goodness. Look at this guy. Man. This is a special night. It's a special night for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Mac Jones, 400 yards. Look, another Florida player's hurt. Najee Harris, 176 yards. Devontae Smith, 169 yards. Look, that nobody's going to – this team – I mean, the offensive packaging that they have, I mean, behind this offensive line, I mean, I love the fact that Devontae Smith's outside blocking for Najee Harris. Najee Harris just putting together one of the most incredible games. Overall, 243 yards total offense, 5 touchdowns. Man, be right back as we close out this game right here on Bama Insider. All right, we're back here on Bama Insider. I'm telling you, continue to ground and pound, right, with Najee. 28 carries in this game. He's gonna. I mean, oh, here you go. You want your Heisman moment? Yeah, Alabama scores on a touchdown to Devontae Smith from Mac Jones. 4 plays, 66 yards a minute, 31. Alabama 51, Florida 38. Alabama now with 606 yards of offense in this game. Let's check it out right here. Mac Jones is going to fake the handoff. He's going to throw it right over to Devontae Smith. Check the post, Devontae. Look at that. That's it. 33 to 43. 418 yards passing for Mac Jones. 5 touchdowns. Who's going to win the Heisman? I'm serious. Like, it should just be 3 Alabama players in the offensive line. Devontae Smith in this game, you want to know how many yards he has? 184 yards off 15 receptions. You can't guard him. This guy. Jeez, man. Just like the offensive production. Oh no. Landon Dickerson's down. Oh no. This is not good. Oh wow. People on the field. What's going on here? Oh my goodness. Wow. Alabama's on the field. Florida's on the field. Tempers are flaring. Wow. Dan Mullen's getting fired up. I missed, like, what happened? Look at Mullen. Mullen's lost it. All right, so let's see. I'm watching Landon. Okay, 69. We can't see what happened. I mean, Landon got twisted down, but I don't know what happened to him. He's still down on the field. Dan Mullen's yelling something to the mask. He's still down. Well, they're bringing out the cart for Dickerson. Oh, he's up. Oh, wow. And this is a guy who's been injured before he came to Alabama. He had two season-ending injuries at Florida State before he transferred to Alabama. So his teammates coming up to see him. Hey, that's a great moment right there. That's how much these guys love Landon. Look at this. Oh my goodness, this is awesome. What a moment. What a moment. That is like that was special, right? Wow. That was unbelievable. Okay, we'll be right back. Man, that was it would be a brutal loss, obviously. Look, here goes Landon Dickerson. I mean, we'll try to get a status update as soon as we can on Landon Dickerson after the game. Alabama up 51-38 over the Florida Gators. I don't know. They're trying to show like what happened. It was obviously to his knee. I don't know. Still quite don't understand what happened. Alabama trying to kick the PAT. So it's going to be 52-38. I'll maybe stick around for one last drive. I know Dan Mullen was hot. So we're going to have all these press conferences coming up right here on BamaInsider.com after. We'll have Nick Saban. We'll have Dan Mullen. Of course, I'll take your calls and comments right here on Bama Insider. You could join me on the live stream in just a second. We'll see what Florida does, and then I'll get out of here. I got to set up for the call-in show right here on Bama Insider. Be right back. Take a quick timeout. All right, fam. Okay. Join me on the call-in show. I'm gonna start up. I gotta set up for the call-in show. So you guys watch the game. I gotta get ready for the call-in show. So I'll leave this up while I go get ready. But this will be the last time you hear from me right here on the watch party. And I'm gonna go set up the call-in show on the other line. Okay. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you very much for sticking with me to the watch party. I appreciate it. I'll catch up with you guys right after the game for the post-game call-in show. All right. See you guys. Hey guys, I'll be right back with you guys on the post game call-in show. I'm going to end the stream right now and be right back here on BamaInsider.com. See you in just a second.